There we go. How's it going, folks? Welcome back to Absolute Zero's podcast. I am Josh. With me tonight, we have friend and comic coach.
What up, everybody? How you doing?
So it's been. I actually looked back on our channel, and it's been months since we did an episode of the podcast. Last
I
time,
believe that.
last time we did, we were talking about James Gunn's new DCU lineup and Hogwarts Legacy. So a lot has happened in that time frame. Holy shit.
Yeah, a lot of things have gone down since then. That is
really,
weird. Okay.
It really has. So tonight we're actually going to be talking about Texas comiccons, where you can go, what cons to avoid, and just some general tips on how to survive during your weekend there. But first and foremost, we are going to be talking about the historic writers and actors strike that is happening in Hollywood right now, because according to Google and every other site and actor and writer that I've heard from, it's been 40 to 60 years since the last strike that these two guilds have been a part of together. So it is really a historic event. Not only the Writers Guild of America and SAG-AFTRA, but also UPS and Waffle House.
Waffle House is talking about going on strike.
Waffle House is doing a strike.
First of all, pay them whatever they want. Okay, I'm gonna be real with you. Some of the toughest Americans in existence are in Waffle House, and so I've been all over this country and I've eaten at a lot of Waffle Houses. My favorites are the ones in Georgia, which are notorious for. There was one where a guy tried to go in and rob one in, I think it was outside of Atlanta, and everybody in the Waffle House was packing heat and they held him at gunpoint till the police came to pick him up. Waffle Houses, there's nothing more American than Waffle House. Everybody had heat on them. Okay, you thought, no, you obviously didn't think when you thought, I'm going to rob the Waffle House. No, you not, boy. No, you not.
You see those tough son of bitches that work there day and night?
I still have a picture on my phone of a Waffle House manager. She was a black woman, and she had a 45 on her hip while she was making an omelet. And I've been in love with that black woman from a distance since. I'm just pay them whatever they want.
Curse go up, say, "Hi, can I have a waffle and your number?"
No, I don't want her number. I just knew I was so safe in her presence. I don't even want to mess this up by dating her. I just want to be safe and feel coddled for a bit. So it was amazing. I don't know. I want them to get all their money. Those are not the people to do wrong.
It's honestly amazing that this many organizations' jobs are going on strike right now. Like seriously, all we really need to round everything up to 5 is every single teacher in America to go on strike.
Oh. Yeah, no.
If every single teacher in America goes on strike, the entire country will shut down.
Well, yeah, it would have no choice, because if teachers were to go on strike, this is July. School is next month. Parents are getting ready to send their kids back to school, and for some, that is their child care. So look at how bad some parents did during the pandemic, having to be home with their kids.
Yeah, and teachers only get paid 9 months out of 12.
Well, I got a friend. She told me they get paid all year long, but it's just different, man.
You can get paid all year long. You just split that 9 months over the 3 in summer.
Yeah,
that's how that works out. And
that's weird, man. That is so weird.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Writers Guild of America have been on strike for over 70 days now. And there's no push from Hollywood to ever negotiate anything worth a good deal in their eyes for this. And they're still going strong. They are still picketing. And now the Writers Guild is joined by the SAG after group, and they are going strong too. Now, obviously, not every single actor is a member of SAG,
Right.
so those who aren't, I'm assuming, are still supporting the cause in every way imaginable. Like,
Yeah.
TikTok is honestly the best news source for anything going on right now, opposed to any other news outlet, because that is where I have heard every single news event that has come out over the past few months,
That's such a
including
weird
this.
thing to say. That
It
is
really
such a
is.
weird thing to say.
It really is. And the government tries to ban it every single time. It's just like, we don't want the truth to come out. We want you to focus on everything that we're telling you. No.
Yeah. I believe that too. But yeah, man, it's I do know I have some friends that are SAG members, and they've told me, what's going on. And I didn't really understand it, about I get you wanted a working wage for writers, okay? We don't have TV shows without writers.
Mm-hmm.
They are the backbone of your show. No writers, no show. But I think the thing that made the actors come into line with them was that that leak of the producer saying when they start losing their houses and apartments, then they'll be willing to sit down and take whatever we give them. Which I was just like, that tells you how people feel about other human beings, man. These aren't just, I mean, I do know, I have a lot of friends that are, super conservative, and they have their own takes on what Hollywood is and evil or not. I still know there are human beings that need to eat and take care of their families.
Mm-hmm.
So regardless of that, at the end of the day, that's another human being. And I want all human beings to be able to do that basic thing. Take care of your families, be able to eat, be able to pay your bills, have enough money to pursue whatever you want to pursue. And then for a producer to be like, we'll wait till they start losing their houses and they're homeless. They'll take it. I'm like, man, wow, you guys are really just bad human beings.
Quote I've ever heard.
Oh yeah, no, it was definitely. I mean, I used to always wonder how could a Harvey Weinstein exist, but I think I get it now easily.
Even in response to that quote, there was Ron Perlman came out and made a video just slamming the anonymous corporate person who made that comment, saying that we know where you live, we know who you are. If you want to fuck with us, we will fuck with you and burn everything to the ground, basically. And everyone is backing Ron Perlman on this, because if you piss off Hellboy, you are in deep shit.
Well, I tell you who gave him the heat, man. Fran Drescher. I watched her whole speech.
Oh yes,
I've always had a crush on that woman, and then watching that speech, I was like, that was a well-justified, well-placed crush. She is a little firebrand, man, and she came in there. Matt Damon had some choice words. I really enjoyed watching his speech. So it just blows me away, man, that this is what we are, man. What, 2 summers ago we were marching for Black Lives Matter, and this summer we're marching for Writers' Lives Matter. So it's every summer I'm just waiting for somebody else to come out and say, hey, I demand rights too, and I'm gonna be like, all right. I don't march though. I sit on the sideline. It's too hot for me to
You
march.
don't got the legs for it.
I got great legs, but I ain't putting them in that heat, y'all. I just sit over here. I'm like most people when they're school shooters. I'm hopes and prayers. That's all I am. I'm hopes and prayers. I'm like, I hope y'all get through that because that's hot.
The most you do is sit in your wheelchair and pick it, ride around in your wheelchair. It's like, I'm in my wheelchair. I'm
not even going unless it's an electric wheelchair. If I can't
there you go.
maneuver it with the joystick, I don't want that. Mm-mm.
I don't know if you saw this comment about what some of the producers and corporate people actually said, but for the actors, they said this specifically, that they want to have them be paid for a day on set and then use that likeness in AI forever throughout all eternity without paying them whatsoever. They said that is reasonable, that is realistic.
I think that's a problem that we're going to have. I remember when they did the scene, I want to say with Carrie Fisher in the Star Wars movie.
Mm-hmm.
And, I think I couldn't remember if she had passed or at the time that they were filming, or she had shot all of her stuff and they had filmed it. But, they kept using these actors' digital likenesses when they were gone. And they were like, I remember way back when they did the first one and somebody saying, hey, that's we might be on a slippery slope here where somebody could do that. They may be like, hey, what do we need you for? We have your digital likeness. And, when they did the thing with Tupac, I've always wondered who got paid for that performance. Was it his estate? Did his estate get paid for that music, or what happened? Did his surviving family members
made it?
Yeah, because he's a digital artist. Basically it's a hologram performing his songs, and so you that's like I think about what's her name, the little Japanese girl, Hatsune Miku. Hatsune Miku. Yeah, I mean, think about it. That's AI, bro. That's some Vocaloid. That's not real. That's not a real person. So I could go make a beat and get her vocals, and you're telling me we could make a trap song with her? Do we get paid for it? Does her company get paid for it? So I've always kind of
licensing agreements, copyrights. That's what gets you.
Yeah. So now you're telling, and that was the thing that happened with the NCAA game from EA. It was a lot of college players who are like, "You got me in this game, and I don't get paid for my own likeness."
And
so now you're telling me Hollywood didn't learn from EA.
Yeah, because I've seen there are a lot of writers and actors on TikTok who publicly reveal their residual checks each month, and a lot of them aren't even in the hundreds each month for everything they've done. Some of them, there's a cent here, a dime there for work that they've done.
I know. I made more than Bette Midler one year. The year she said she got a check for 4 cents from her streams on Spotify, I got a check for $25. So 1 month I made more than Bette Midler. She has made more than me over her life. Okay.
Yeah.
But there was 1 month where she got a check for 4 cents and I got a check for $25. And I've never forgotten that.
How do you even use or cash in 4 cents? That's got to be real depressing.
It costs more to print that check than it was worth.
Oh, absolutely. I can believe that.
Yeah, so it was one of those things, like I've gotten weird checks like that. I actually now, because I'm making so little on streams some days, I'm just at the point now where I'm like, just cash it out. Every 25, send it to me. So I can see where I'm making the money, but I'm making 1/100 of a cent on streams.
Oof.
Do you know how many streams I had to get to get a $25 check one year? So it's one of those things where I'm kind of like, I get it, but I would be pissed if I recorded a comedy special or they just digitize me, and then they're like, we don't need you to do the next comedy special. AI is going to write it and your digital version is going to perform it. And I'm out of the loop. on my own likeness. No, we're not doing that. And
Yeah.
I think people should be concerned about that. I think um, they're doing everything they can. It's almost so unscrupulous now. You just kind of like, and it's
Yeah.
not all of Hollywood. It's just certain people in Hollywood. So,
Yeah. I if I remember correctly, the total amount that the guilds were asking for, like, reparations each
mm-hmm.
year, was like, I think it was just under $1 billion, like a few hundred million under $1 billion each year.
Whoa.
And Hollywood can absolutely do that because I believe Zaslav in Warner Brothers makes just under 500 mil a year.
Yeah, but this is the thing that bothers me about all that, and I think a lot of people don't realize what's going on behind the scenes sometimes. These things are not built up to pay the people that produce it. When I say that, I mean like the actors and the writers and the directors and the cinematographers and all those. It's not meant to help them. It is meant to make investors money.
Yeah, it's meant to make corporate money.
Yeah, so the investors are getting paid. That's one of the worst things about video game industry is that investors, they don't care about making great games anymore. Very few companies are worried about making great games. They're usually independent when they're making great games.
Love independent games.
Yeah, but a lot of times it's, EA, we got to publish this because we got to meet investor demand. Activision, even to some extent, Microsoft now is going to has been playing that game. For the longest time, they wanted to get rid of the Xbox division. Yeah. They were ready to close it. People don't realize how close there almost came to being no Xbox division. It was losing money. They did not start turning a profit until Game Pass.
Yeah, Game Pass is super popular.
Yeah, and so and the thing that they wanted to close it behind was their investors were like, we have put money into this company and you are not returning on our investment. And return of investment is big with investors. So if you're not doing what they want, they were enough investors talking that they almost shut down Xbox.
Wow.
So you think about that, man, that you almost would have never got a Series X or a Game Pass. Phil Spencer, if you're an Xbox fanboy, you owe that man your whole life because he had a vision and he stuck to it. And I just think, in Hollywood, that's a part of our thing, man. They're not even really. I know, like, we give writers a hard time, like, hey, man, you're not even. Are you even writing anything original? All I've seen you do is recycle a bunch of crap I grew up with.
Like, I could have done this better.
Yeah, we're going to give you the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles again. And I went, all right. Okay. Sure you are. Yeah, I mean, so I don't know, man. This is definitely a scary time, man. But I think I've never seen. Well, the last time I saw somebody look at another human being and take away their humanity, the Texas Congress was voting against women's rights. So that was it. That was took away all their humanity. Like, women don't have their own rights over their own autonomy over their own bodies. So
women, what are they? Objects?
Why aren't you in the kitchen cooking? That is pretty much what happened.
Give Daddy a sandwich.
And so it looks like more and more every year I watch some group of very wealthy men take away rights from another group, and just
It also
it's crazy.
Yeah, it really is. It also doesn't help that this summer, especially this summer, has been pretty brutal on the not just heat wise, pretty brutal on the movie industry as well.
Oh yeah,
you got movies, you got big blockbuster names just losing money left and right.
Oh yeah, easily.
You've got quite a few good high quality movies that are doing bank. Like you got your Across the Spider-Verse, you got I heard that the new Mission Impossible did just under 150 million this weekend.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
Man, I'm
And
so far behind on those movies.
I'm probably gonna wait till next week to watch it. I was thinking about it, but I don't got the money. But yeah, it's you've got a lot of the last Indiana Jones movie that came out this month cost roughly $300 million to make, including marketing, and they've barely made half of that, maybe even a little over half of that. So
Yeah, I heard it was not a good film, so I didn't.
It was an amazing movie.
You liked it.
I loved it. It was just very poorly marketed, and the budget was wasted.
I'm gonna tell you right now, IGN disagrees with you.
IGN can suck my dick.
Yeah, IGN has they gave it a very very unflattering review, and it played into my feelings about seeing it. I want to remember the good times. I don't want it to go out on a low note, so I didn't go watch it.
No. Low note is definitely the Crystal Skull.
Oh yeah, that was terrible. This next weekend though is Barbie and Oppenheimer.
Hell yeah!
I'm doing Oppenheimer in the day and Barbie at night because I know I'm gonna walk out of Oppenheimer depressed.
3-hour movie, depressed. Yeah.
Yeah, I know I am because well, there was a thing that I read recently where they did the test screenings and people were coming out depressed and they're all like bummed out and having an existential crisis because they're like, hey man, why are we as humans trying to always destroy ourselves? And I was like, because we're humans and we're dumb. So that's our thing. We love trying to destroy ourselves.
Said it was his best movie ever.
Did he?
Or he said it was one of his best movies.
I believe that, man.
Yeah.
I believe that. But man, I looked at the cast, Cillian Murphy, Florence Pugh.
I didn't even know
Emily
she was
Blunt
in it until the red carpet.
Oh yeah, Emily Blunt. I saw Florence Pugh in the trailer and I knew right then. I did not realize that was Robert Downey Jr. in the trailer. I did recognize Matt Damon and then Emily Blunt, but man, when I saw Florence Pugh, I have a thing for Florence Pugh, bro. She can say racist stuff to me, and I'd be like, "Yeah, baby, it's okay. I get it, girl."
Just look at her red carpet dress.
Ooh. Oh yeah, man! Every time I see Florence Pugh, man, I'm just like, "Oh, girl, please talk bad to me. Take my one good credit card and use it up. Get daddy something while you're there." Yeah, she's
absolutely
gorgeous woman, man. She makes me weak.
Ruined my 550 credit score.
Yeah. There's only two women that have done that to me: Florence Pugh and Jessica Cavello. So those are the only two women I'll be like, y'all can just ruin me. I'm cool with it.
Yeah, absolutely. No, yeah, I'm really looking forward to Oppenheimer. Really looking forward to Barbie.
Yeah, can't wait.
I'm really interested to see what they do with Barbie because it's a Barbie movie, but I really don't know.
I've looked at that team, with Greta and Noah, and I know it's going to be fascinating. Then Will Ferrell's in it, and so it's going to be hilarious. It's going to be absolutely probably one of the most fun movies. And I've had several of my female friends like, "Hey, were you planning to see it?" And I was like, "Yeah." They said, "I'm going with you." And I was like, "You don't have to. I mean, you can, but there are certain movies I don't want to go into by myself because I look like a pedophile." And this one, I was like, I will fight that kid and his family if they come up to me and say anything. I will.
Nah, dude, you know what you got to do? You got to dress up in a full pink suit and go.
Yeah, I don't want to look like a Hollywood pimp, but yeah, I mean, I get it. I do have I have a lot of pink in my closet, like pink polo shirts and t-shirts. And I'm thinking about wearing Zane's Bobby Chan shirt. The Ludi Boo collection. That's my wife who I don't know you. I may wear that to the movie with some khaki shorts and flip-flops. So I was like, yeah, he's just a dirty old pink hippie.
Go as a pip named Slipback.
Yeah, I would totally do that too. But I may do that. I may go in the pink suit and then take all those female friends with me at one time, so it does look like, wow, that pimp took all his hoes out to a movie. He's so kind.
He's so nice.
He's one of the good ones. That's what I want him to.
I'm gonna call one of his girls after. He's gotta be so nice.
It's one of the feminist pimps. Yeah, I am.
Oh
I'm a feminist pimp.
you would be. You absolutely would be.
Yeah, I totally. They would have, if I was a pimp, they would have like a
401k. Oh, you're on your period?
and
I'm so sorry.
yeah, I would. I'd give them dental and medical and a 401k. They'd have an investment plan. Other pimps are like, "You're changing up the game, baby." I'd be like, "Yeah, man, it's a corporation." They're all reinvesting in their futures. Yeah,
right.
Like, only pimp that makes his girls go to college and quit the game. Yeah,
there you go. There you go. Change it up, man. Change it up.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Oh God, yeah. So, yeah, definitely looking forward to all of that. Honestly, there have also been a few projects that have been put on hold. Deadpool 3 is one of them.
Yep.
And I said online, I'm absolutely all for this. Like, I don't care how long it takes for this movie to get made, as long as the actors and writers get good deals. Like, it could take 5 years. I don't care.
I 100% agree with you.
A movie is not a 2-hour movie is not more important than an actor or writer's health or living.
Yeah, I think a lot of things. I think the entire MCU has been shut down by this, right?
Probably.
Yeah, I know that was one of the things that somebody was telling me. All their projects are now in limbo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I know.
I'm trying to think of what other one.
Christopher Nolan said that until this strike is done, he's not going to be making any movies.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I'm proud of the directors and everybody going in on it, man. It definitely does not sound like a good deal for a lot of those people, man. The UPS strike though shocked me the most because I looked at the numbers behind that. When you sent me the message, I didn't even know it was going on, and I drive by a UPS facility at least 4 or 5 times a week, and I decided, hey, let me look into the numbers of how we would be affected. And, and I'm talking more than the fact that it's 70% of what Amazon ships goes through UPS.
Yeah.
Not even talking about that, how you would be affected. I'm talking about when you're looking at the last time UPS went on strike, it had caused such a delay and so much shipping issues. It took them a year to fix it. And
a year
to like it did all. It was how FedEx became the number one shipper.
Really?
That was how FedEx caught up to UPS because UPS was so established. So UPS struck when they went on the strike. FedEx was like, "Hey, we'll do it. We'll help." I didn't know
give it to us. I know you didn't like it before. What they'll do now?
Yeah, so that was one of the things that happened. But they're already estimating it could cost $816 million. And it would cost them $816 million if they went on strike for 10 days.
Yep.
10
major
days.
Major business.
That's almost, you're going to lose almost $1 billion in 10 days.
You better, yeah. If that even happens, they better be on the ball first day. UPS corporate better be on the ball.
Yeah, they better be ready. And here's my thing: I'm not sure Amazon's not looking at this going, "Let them strike. We can start our own company." Because I don't trust Jeff Bezos. He's a dirtbag. He totally would jump in and create Amazon shipping. This would be a great time for him to test out his theory. So.
And if he does that, every single worker in Amazon has to strike. because they're already getting paid shit. They're already in
yeah.
a shit work environment.
I've always heard how much they make, but then I've always heard horror stories. So it's almost like I don't want what you make if I got to be putting up with the weird stuff. Man, you know, this mic gets so weird to me. I'm looking at it near my mouth and I'm like, wow, I don't know where to put it. But
You're fine right there.
I hate looking at this camera. But yeah, no, it's like when I look at the stuff that they're going through and they about their bathroom breaks, and I'm like, I'm
They
a
can only
grown
have
man.
specific break times for lunch.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not. I would never work there. That's pretty much why I think being a stand-up comedian has ruined me on all corporate work. I'm never going to be able to go back into an office. I would have to be remote. I am too feral to go into an office.
Being a DoorDash and Instacart driver has done that for me too.
Yeah, I mean, oh god, yeah. I mean, that's how I make money. With this year, I've actually done more comedy than I've done Uber. So it's kind of a weird thing to be able to say that, but it definitely, I could not go sit in the office and stare at somebody. Like, you might as well just put me in the HR. Just let my desk be near HR, because I'm going to say something I had no business saying, and you're going to have to fire me anyway. So just let me work out of HR, or let me stay home and work remote. I don't need to be in all, especially if I'm a peon. I don't need you to micromanage me. I know what the job is. Quit trying to justify your middle manager's job with my existence.
There's so many jobs at over 50, over 70% of jobs can be done remotely. They don't need to be done in office. Seriously.
And it's stupid because now you want me to go get in a car and drive to you, and I'm losing sleep because I got to get up to drive to you and be in traffic and deal with that. Now I got this bad attitude when I get to work because I've had to deal with traffic already. And then you want me to immediately start smiling and talking to customers? No, I'm not doing that. I love Uber drivers that wake up at the crack of noon and go out and do what America needs to get them lunch.
Yes, sir.
And drive guys, to drug deals. I think Uber does a great thing for America, man. And
hey, for illegal reasons, this is a joke. But if I could be in the drug business, I absolutely would.
I could not. I am fat and I can't run, so I could not do it. I want drug dealer money. I don't have drug dealer body. I have drug user body. I
may be fat, but I ain't no snitch.
Yeah, I will. I also have money laundering math skills, so I'm willing to set up a dummy corporation. I have some things I could contribute to the drug game.
Start a business out of your garage. There you go.
But I cannot be the guy that you need, like, on the corner. I can't be frontline sales. I'm bad with customers. I would.
Like, bitch, you know this is good. I tried it myself 30 minutes ago. This is so fucking good. This is the best thing ever.
I don't like talking to customers, so I'm like not going to be a frontline drug dealer pushing the product. I need to be in like HR for the drug cartel.
Okay, so little Tommy put his hand where?
Yeah, you knew better than to touch that lady like that when you were selling her drugs. I told you money, not sexual favors. Okay, we can't take sexual favors to Bank of America. Maybe we could in their home loan division, but not now.
That's where you get into retail.
Yeah, like, this is not the way to do this. I have to write you up. Now, 2 more write-ups, and we're going to have to take you out back and shoot you. So let's not do this. Yeah, I couldn't do it, man. So I'm just at that point now where it's like, yeah, I mean, my only options now are this comedy thing has to work, or I really do got to start my OnlyFans. That's where we are.
I mean, you absolutely know you got Nightless Kingdoms. Vote for our OnlyFans,
Yeah, hey, I know what I got to do. I know what I have to do, man, to get my fan base right, man. And that OnlyFans I have a plan. Let's just say if comedy falls through, I'm gonna disappear. Roderick will disappear, but I will exist online in another form. You won't.
Roderick's going away. Big
Yeah,
Daddy D's coming to town.
yeah, you won't know, but I will be. I will be there. And man, also, Nightless Kingdom is so amazing. I have nothing but love for them, man. They're
Mhm.
just an awesome person.
Absolutely. Coming at every single stream. Love you. Love you.
I like how Big Hentai said if there's a dental plan to sign them up. Yes,
Yes.
trust me. I have a whole plan for my pimp game where it's like medical, dental, 401 vision, 401k, a vision plan. Like it's if you want to get to the top, you just gotta lay on your back. That's all my company motto is. It's a very, very lucrative income stream that I've set up. Okay.
I feel that. I feel that. Anyways, I love it. I love it, man. Okay, so moving on to the main topic of the day,
Yes.
I want to talk about Texas cons, Texas conventions, comic cons, anime cons, any type of
Oh,
con, because we went to Anime Texas this last weekend,
yes.
and it was a bit of a disappointment. It was honestly a bit of a disappointment. We only had two panels, both of them at the end of the days. Basically, our first panel was on Friday around 9 p.m. and
Oh,
our last panel was on Sunday at like 12 p.m.
that's
And
very different for you guys.
oh yeah, it really is. Like I didn't mind the Sunday at 12 p.m. because it's we'd be right there, and but the Friday at 9 p.m. was our biggest panel, biggest in like in the past. It's been our biggest hit, and we only got like maybe 6 people there.
Oh,
Yeah,
and you're not really a after hours panel.
no, not really, no,
You
because
know, it's different. Like when we watch Zane go in there and do H or not H. That is very adult oriented after hours. People will line up to watch hentai, not to do some of the stuff. You guys are very family friendly.
yeah, most of the time, yeah. Besides our Hills panel,
Yeah, Hills
but
panels.
yeah, for this con, there wasn't really even many 18 plus panels. Like the panel schedule for this year's Anime Texas was really weird. There were a lot of 1 hour, 90-minute panels and very few 30 to 45-minute panels. And all of them were either on the second floor or in main event, and that's just really really odd
But
because
also, this is their first year back after how long of a break?
this is their second year.
Was it?
Last year was their first year, and last
See,
year they were in a resort. This year they were in Houston.
oh, really? So you
Mhm.
guys are now in Houston for anime. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, they were in a I think it was uh, I think it was a Marriott, but it was a massive it was a massive hotel with
Okay.
not very many people actually attending throughout the entire weekend. I want to say maybe 200 people total showed up for the entire weekend, and the majority of those people came on Saturday.
But weren't there
Friday
like 5 cons last weekend?
last weekend there were, I don't know. I only know RTX Austin was last weekend.
You had RTX. You
Hmm.
also had Pflugerville. What's that one?
Oh,
Akashi.
Kashikon.
And then you guys were at Anime Texas, and that was in Houston. I
Hmm.
think there were 2 more cons last weekend. If there were 5 cons, that was the worst weekend to go to a con.
Oh,
You
absolutely.
had to pick what your poison was going to be. And RTX is a big one to compete against.
And I wish we had gone to RTX over this. Like This was a waste of money for me because there was no free parking.
Oh Lord, yeah, that's always a tough
no
one.
free parking. No, I didn't know that ahead of time. I got to the hotel. I was like, is there free parking? No. Shit. This is gonna be a hell of a week.
Oh yeah, that's always the worst. And man, for me, I travel so much now, as hosting duties at cons. So I've kind of forgot what that feels like a little bit. Like I know on the end, like, hey, I have to pay for the parking, but I also know they're going to reimburse me. So
yeah,
it's kind of hard for me to even notice that I paid for parking when I get reimbursed.
Big hint, I said he spoke with the con staff, and some of the people didn't show up to their panels. Yeah, I can believe that. Yeah, I can absolutely believe that. Yeah, parking was $30 for overnight. Well, $32 for overnight with tax and whatnot.
Whoa.
Yeah, not fun. And I think I paid close to $50 total for parking. Because for some reason, Saturday they had the exit open for a few hours, and you could go in and out without paying. So that was fine. But
that's pretty savage. That's a lot to pay for parking.
Yeah, it really is. It was not worth it, honestly.
Yeah, that's a weird thing, man. And that's if you've been in downtown Austin, where Icky had done several. You remember at the Marriott downtown in downtown Austin, that parking was not cheap. Unless you were, you lived here in Austin like I do, and you knew, hey, I'm gonna go park in that garage at noon or 11 a.m. and I'm gonna put my car in there and I'm gonna just leave it parked all day, because that was also New Year's Eve weekend, and so I knew that parking for New Year's Eve night was going to be so high to get in. It was going to be $50 for that night. So I parked in there on a Friday early in the afternoon, left my car, and then when I drove out, they did not calculate that 50. They just calculated normal day hours for me. And so I beat the system because I know I live here. That's how I beat the system. If you came from Houston to here, you got screwed on that game. So
for RTX, there are a lot of people asking how the parking would work. Where is the best place to park? And I straight up told them, use Spot Hero for all your parking needs. Spot Hero is your friend. It will tell you where's the cheapest, where there is parking available, and some of it is pretty close. Some of it is within a couple blocks of the convention center. And honestly, a couple block walk or even just riding the scooter isn't that big a deal.
No, you drop, I know for some people it's impossible to do this, but you drop everything at the front with one friend and they watch everybody's luggage and in the pile, and then you go park and you walk back and you do your thing, or you go get it late at night and walk back with your luggage from the car, and you do it in pieces and trips throughout the day. But yeah, no, it's not easy, man. Especially now, my favorite, like IkiCon now out at Kalahari, that is the dream destination for a con to me.
Oh yeah, that is a much better destination for IkiCon than opposed to the Marriott they were at a couple years ago downtown, like the new Marriott. Although I still absolutely love the Arboretum.
Yeah, man, but the Arboretum's so small and so compact, and I could tell they had outgrown it 2 years before they left. But it was nice to go to Kalahari and be like, wow, we're spread out. There's all kinds of stuff to do. There was, even if you didn't want to go swimming or go to the arcade, I didn't have to leave to go eat dinner. There was enough restaurants there for me to go do what I wanted to do. When I did leave at night, I went to QT to go get snacks and drinks for my room. And the QT was right across the highway, from them. So the Kalahari is an amazing location. And I think they told me in Colossal Con out there too now.
ColossalCon Texas is out there.
Yeah, so I was just like, that makes sense. Kalahari's like, if you're gonna do a con, figure out which ones are at the Kalahari, and then you go to that one because you're gonna save so much money on parking. The rooms, yeah, you're gonna pay for that room. That room's gonna be pricey, but you're gonna save a lot of money when it comes to parking. I can tell you that. Big time gonna save money trying to park.
Yeah, I'm currently looking at the con list for
Yes.
Texas for this year specifically because the website I check out cons doesn't have a full list for next year, but
Mm-hmm.
so far over 150 cons in Texas alone.
That sounds about right.
Mm-hmm.
That really does sound about right.
Like maybe 4 or 5.
Is that counting the horror cons too, or?
Oh, it's counting. Yeah, it's counting anime, comic, festival, film festival. Furry has its own genre. Gaming, horror, sci-fi, steampunk, toy, TV, and video games.
Okay, yeah, that should cover everything. Then yeah, no, I think that's the thing, man.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's it. So that's a great. That's a lot to cover, though, man. I'm glad I don't do press anymore.
Oh, I bet. Here, let me send you the link here via the private chat, and you can take a look at what I'm seeing too.
Okay, let me take a look at this. Bam. Well, let's see where we are.
So,
oh my gosh,
I know, right? I wanted to cover the cons that I know both you and I have attended personally.
Okay.
Over this year, or have been in the past. So, first one up being IkiCon. IkiCon is at the Kalahari Resorts in Round Rock, Texas.
My backyard.
It's usually in December, but they've moved the time frame to the January time, mid-January time for the foreseeable future.
Best time.
Absolutely.
I am in love with this new time slot for that.
Oh yeah. Like I liked New Year's weekend, but it got real crazy real fast.
Yes.
Plus the fact that it's in January, in the middle of January, or at least it was last year. So you got that warm, got that cold mix. So you can go to the resort, to the pools if you want, or you can stay inside and drink a hot cocoa if it actually gets cold.
Yeah, or swim at the indoor pool. That's
yes,
heated.
sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
you
There
had
go.
options. Yeah, there were some things to do with that one.
So yeah, IkiCon 2024. We are definitely going. I don't know if you're going, but I know we're going as a group.
Are y'all?
Oh yeah, we're definitely going to IkiCon 2024. Like it's almost guaranteed. But that for those badges usually run around 75 to $80, give or take, for the weekend pass. So not bad. A little pricey, but for the con as a whole, especially for the location, the resorts, you get quite a bit, especially if you're booking a hotel room at the resorts. You get the resort band lets you actually swim in the pools. It's real cool. Let's see. I've heard that My Hero Con is actually a really big deal.
Yep. I've heard good things about it. I've never done it.
I would like to go sometime, but I've heard real good things. Anime Lubbock is another one I've heard a lot about.
I know that team.
Oh yeah,
I know some of those guys because I lived in Amarillo. They also do Yellow City Comic Con.
Ooh, nice.
And so Amarillo is a different kind of a beast. Okay, I'll just tell you right now, it's different. But I know those teams in Lubbock and Amarillo. They're just great places. They're good people. They're fun to be around. I definitely suggest it as something you do at least once. Check them out. They have really great guest lists.
Mm-hmm.
They always have a great guest list, and I could put you in touch with some people there, man. I think they would love to. They would definitely be accommodating to you guys and your team. That would be something you may want to do.
Yeah, man.
I wouldn't mind going back to Lubbock. I haven't been back home in a long time, so
I haven't been to Lubbock in years.
yeah, I
I'm,
would love to go back. I'm looking at this list, and there's so many that I don't. I've been to San Angelo. I did an anime festival there. I was entertainment there, so I've done that one. I've been to Temple.
mm-hmm.
I did not know Rice in Houston had OwlCon. I got to figure out what the crap that is.
Yeah. So I actually put it up on the stream as well. So I want to let everyone know how I personally pick cons that we go to, or at least we try to go to. Is I want the con to be in a decent location. Like if it's in a hotel, it has to be pretty decent hotel, and I want it to be at least 3 days, because
Good.
that's how you get a good round and fun weekend out of it. Like 2-day cons are fine if you're within an hour or two of the actual location. You can go there for a day or two if you have friends, but 3-day cons are absolutely where it's at.
Big time.
So yeah, I didn't know about Alcon. I don't know what that really is.
It's a gaming con, and
Okay.
it's run by the gaming club at Owl University. I just looked into it,
Oh,
and
nice.
I definitely would be interesting to go to and check it out. I will tell you this right now: if you guys think about going to Anime Lubbock, the MCM Elegante,
Mm-hmm.
I've stayed at the one in Lubbock and the one in Abilene, and they are both like I was on a comedy tour and we stayed at the one in Abilene, and it was like such a nice room. It was a much nicer room than I thought I was going to get. Like I looked at it and I said, "Oh, this is going to be interesting." And we had like a little kitchen and a bedroom and bathrooms, and it was just like a really like impressive. Didn't one of the best breakfasts I had buffet that next morning. It was
Ooh, nice.
yeah, like it's they always look older, but then you get inside and you're like, okay, I see you. I see you, Abilene. I see what you're doing. So yeah,
I
it's
always
definitely.
appreciate a place that gives you free breakfast or even a buffet breakfast.
Oh my god, yeah, free buffet, dude. They had two guys down there. So one was making omelets to order, and one was making pancakes to order, and it was.
Ooh,
I had a really good time. I don't, man.
damn, that sounds
I
good.
really enjoyed the one in Abilene. So shout out to those cats.
I don't know if you've been to Waifu Expo, but I think Chandler and Jesse have King Mexico, and they've said it's pretty fun.
Wait, no, I have not. Where is that one?
Dallas in March, or at least it was this year.
Oh, that was the one that by Shoujo Mom's thing, right?
I think so.
Yeah, that was I had heard about that one, and I wanna say my uh can't think Wow Mal Pal. I think that's her Instagram name. She's a cosplayer.
Mm-hmm.
She I think she was at that, man. But yeah, I did not I didn't go. I
I feel like
probably should have went.
that'd probably be your scene.
You would think it would be, but I just know I'm problematic as a comedian, and so I don't know if I need to be around a lot of waifus on a whole weekend. I will say some stuff, and they'll be canceling me. So
I bet.
I'd rather just say that stuff on stage and harass people from the stage. I don't want to
Mm-hmm.
be getting canceled. The Texas Furry Fiesta.
Yeah, that's where I was going to next. For all you furries out there, there is a furry con in Texas.
You know what? Look, I'll be
And,
honest. I would love to get my boys to go in here with a camera and just shoot content.
mm-hmm.
I
Like
would love to shoot content that weekend from there.
oh yeah, absolutely. Like I, uh, despite everyone absolutely shitting on furries and saying they're weird and whatever, I give furries the absolute utmost respect in the world. At least the good ones.
look, man, it's everybody's got their own kink, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And so your kink may not be my kink, and my kink may not be what you're into, but I respect that the furries are blatantly like, hey, I'm out about this. This is what I am. And I'm like, that's cool. I respect that, man. I, I'm like a Christian about my kink. I like it to stay hidden in a dark place and keep it in a closet. And I only let it out in the sunlight for Christmas. That's it. I don't let it out a lot. I got some kinks. And maybe some of your moms know about my kinks, but y'all don't need to know. Okay.
I will say, I will absolutely say, furries are the number one business that are keeping artists afloat right now.
I know several artists and their commissions that they make in the year, and how many. Like I've had a friend say, "Hey, I'm gonna send you a picture," and I'll be like, "Please don't," and I'll still get the picture, and I'll be like, "I don't even want to know who ordered that because I may know them," and we just set up some rules now. I don't want to know who ordered it, but yes, wow.
Mhm.
WeebCon I have not
Mm.
done, but the Gaylord Texan, phenomenal.
Is it?
Phenomenal, bro. So a lot of people may not know this, and I travel a lot with anyway for comedy. But I was at the Gaylord one year for Christmas. They do one of the greatest Christmas celebrations I have ever seen in my life. I went before the pandemic, and they had this winter wonderland, and they were
Ooh.
all ice sculptures. You walk through this whole giant like arena thing, and
Mhm.
it was ice sculptures, and it was basically giant size Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. So they basically did the story of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and you walk through it in a parka and your hat, your winter coats and stuff, and they were all ice sculptures, and they were painted ice
Oh,
sculptures.
really?
And so you're standing next to a 9 foot tall Yukon Jack ice sculpture,
Nice.
and then there's a huge version of Abominable Snowman and Rudolph. It tells the whole story of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. You get to the middle, there's a part in the middle where there's an ice slide, like 7 rows of ice slides you can slide down.
Mhm.
There was a merry-go-round, there was hot cocoa, there were candied apple stands. It was phenomenal. And then you finish it out and walk through the rest of it. And I was there one time for what's the one? The Bethesda one. They is that BlizzCon?
BlizzCon?
I did that one year there.
Oh, nice.
I've done me and the Gaylord in Grapevine, Texas, and a lot of people may not know this. Grapevine is uh that's the home city for GameStop. That's where the corporate office is
Oh,
located
really? Nice.
in Grapevine. But yeah, I did the Gaylord. I've done several things at the Gaylord, and so WeebCon would get a vote for me to attend just because it's at the Gaylord. It's probably going to be pretty phenomenal.
Well, guess I need to check out WeepCon next year.
Yeah, I'm telling you, the Gaylord is one of those things where there's very rarely I'm going to tell you you should stay at this hotel because it's an experience. The Gaylord is on the level of Kalahari.
Oh, wow.
It's that kind of a place. It's a definitely like the shopping, the restaurants, the problem you're going to have with the Gaylord is your attention will battle against the con.
Hmm.
Because if you get to a point where you don't want to do something in the con, walk out into the Gaylord.
All right.
It's almost too many options for you.
All right. All right. Let me see.
I see Etchy Expo.
Yeah, that was like their mid-year thing. Like,
Yeah,
I
that's
want
not
to,
the
I want to
Big
say,
Daddy. That was the prom event.
yeah, I want to say it was the prom. But yeah, Edgy Expo last year was in December. I want to say
And I've been to one of those, and
it was an experience.
that's grown folk con. That is not for
Uh,
the little ones.
that's what
I'd be,
typically
you know
say that
what?
to.
I would love to take Raven and Nightless Kingdom to that one. I
Oh
just think
God.
they would. I just want to take them to that one to see their jaws drop. I'd just be like,
see their shock expressions. Like, oh my god, there's nips.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. My nips were on display.
So much
I
ass,
didn't even know who
so
cut
much
my shirt
ass
open.
and boobs.
Oh, it was, man. I was walking around in a fishnet thong, and I didn't know why. I went in a suit. I showed up in a suit, and somehow I got 10 feet in, and I was in a fishnet and high heels, and I was like, "This is not for me. This is too grown."
Next thing you know, you're on the you're what is that? What's the fucking dildo thing that they the buzzer thing?
Oh, they had the Sibian saddle. Yeah,
That's
that
it, the
was
Sibian
right.
saddle.
Yeah, we did see that. That was hot. I still remember watching the girl ride the Sibian saddle and then having
Busting a
reached
nut.
the climax. She had the orgasm, and then everybody politely golf clapping when she mowed. They were like, and I just like, that was so surreal.
Apparently last year, instead of doing that, they had one in public view and one in private view where you could actually climax.
Well, you know what happened the first year was
it was the one.
It was a very public show, and you know, you didn't know that young lady. Very kind of her, was like, "Hey, I'm just going to move my little bikini bottom over to the side. There's a condom on it, and bam!" And she gave us a show, and it was the most sex positive con I've ever been to the point that I almost quit anime cons and just started doing sex positive cons. I was like, I only want to go to like the adult film fair, the adult film festival. I don't want to be doing anime with weebs anymore. There are different kind of weebs I want to party with. But yeah, that was a fun one.
Now I will say, even though it is an 18 plus, a 21 plus con, an adult con, you still got to be careful with that, because I have heard a few stories. Some of them true, some of them absolutely not true. Like some people molesting others and just grab and feel and just getting a little too handsy, not respecting.
There's always going to be a creep. There's always going to be a creep that shows up.
Just stay safe.
Yeah, no, and I'm very much a guy that's
always
like,
ask.
Don't let me see you doing some creepy shit, because I'm gonna hit you. And it's very much known that I'm gonna hit you. So I still think, you know, it was a fun one. It was definitely, I had way more fun than I thought I would have.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
One of my buddies, I knew him and his wife from one of my other panels, and when I saw them last time, they were married now. And she was walking him around on a dog collar. And I was like, I love when weebs find love at my panels. Right? I was so happy to see that, though. But yeah, I love them. So
that was where I think that was where we debuted our Hills You're Willing to Die on panel, because that one was amazing.
Yeah, I didn't get with Hills into Icky, so I know. And that one was problematic, but mostly because I was one of those people, you just can't come up to the mic and say something stupid. I'm going to break you down as a judge. So if you're willing to down the hill, then you got to be willing to give me a battle on that hill. And my thing was, I kept trumping. If you had a weak argument, I could trump it so easily.
Yeah, so we made some tweens cry at
I did make a tween cry, but I was like, but her tears nourished me. So her weak tears.
That's where we had to add another rule.
Yeah, we're like, Roderick, don't make him cry anymore. And I said, don't be a weak argument. Yeah. Oh, the Central Texas Comic-Con. I performed at that one. Me and Courtney did that one.
Nice. Yeah, I've heard really good things about this.
Yeah, man, that is a very fun all ages one. And so for the people that they were able to get there for voice actors, very approachable, very easy to maneuver. They're wide lanes. Oh my God, I love wide lanes in the marketplace. The stage where they were doing the interviews and stuff was wide lanes, and you could walk through it, and there were several food vending options that were affordable. Because a lot of times, you know, they set out that stuff and you're like, I'm not paying you $15 for a slice of pizza, buddy.
Oh, okay? Absolutely not. No, yeah, that's price tagging.
Yeah, but this one was very affordable, and there were lots of options. It almost felt like fair food at one point. I really
Hmm.
did enjoy it.
I could go
That
for
that
some
whole
funnel
team,
cake.
yeah, that whole team, man. Tori, one of my friends, Tori, was my point of contact there. She took care of me at that one. But
Nice,
yeah,
nice.
and the Extraco Event Center, you think it's going to be, uh, it's a moderate size, smaller size event center, but
Hmm.
man, so much bigger on the inside and so much nicer in the amenities.
Is it
The men's rooms were amazing.
better or worse than Bucky's?
Uh, Worse than Bucky's, but better than every 7-Eleven in the nation.
Well, that's not saying much.
No, they're just really nice. The men's rooms were
All right, all right.
clean, and yeah, those are things I look at. I travel way too much, but the best bathrooms in the nation are Bucky's.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely,
In
Bucky's.
Florida, though, I will say this: if you find a Love's truck stop in Florida, use that bathroom.
Nice.
And the
All right.
Bucky's in Alabama. The Bucky's in Alabama on I-40? No, I-10. Maybe it's I-10. It's pretty dang good too. Okay.
I've heard a lot of good things about comiccon.
Oh,
That is the Dragon Ball centric con up
yes.
in
I was
Allen.
just at it. I just did it this year. We did a comedy show at it. It is so much fun. And I ran into um, so many people. Elise Bowman was there. And Elise, a lot of people don't know this. Elise was a voice character on Dragon Ball Z. Her and I went to elementary school together,
Hmm.
all the way through fourth grade. I think till junior high, we were in school together. And we're from a town called Monroe, Louisiana. So it's weird that we both ended up connected to the anime industry. Her on a much higher level. She's, doing her thing, man. I just kind of joked my way into the anime industry. Um, but she's a voice actress and she's teaching a voice school. So it was nice seeing her. Also, I saw Brittany Goss, who is connected with the Plano Comedy Club. She was there performing also with another group.
Hmm.
So it was, I want to say it was Eric Vale, the voice actor. I did not know did stand up comedy, but he has an improv troupe.
Really
And they were there, and she opened for him. She did a stand-up routine for their show,
nice.
and it was nice. I was really surprised by that one. The same team that does Command Con does Central Texas Comic Con.
All right.
That's one of theirs. So I went to both. They were super super nice. Ozzy the Virus, who's well known all over social media for his amazing artwork, was there. I guess he did all the art for Kamea this year,
Oh, nice.
and it's kind of like street graffiti
Hmm.
art museum. It's just a weird amalgamation of art, but it's freaking gorgeous. And man, he was on all the posters. I walked in and I saw the poster, and I'm like, "That's an Ozzy work." I knew it as soon as I saw it, and he was there, so it was cool.
Very cool. Very cool. Have you been to Comic Palooza?
No, I have always wanted to check one of those out. I don't know why I haven't.
I went. I went last year, and it was my first time after having tried to go for many years,
Mm-hmm.
and it was really cool. It was actually really cool. Massive, probably one of the biggest Comic Cons in Texas, aside
Wow.
from probably Wizard World and Fan Expo Dallas.
You know what I'm gonna tell you? One of my favorite Comic Con though happens in Cedar Park.
Really, which one is that?
The Greater Austin Comic Con.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's
Favorite.
yeah. Here it
It's
is.
if you're a family of four, Wizard World is going to break you. You might as well go to Disneyland. It's going to
Hmm.
kill you. And they're going to nickel and dime the crap out of you. But Greater Austin Comic Con is so affordable and so fun and so accommodating. They are an amazing team. Everything about that con is affordable. Kevin Garcia puts on, Kevin Garcia from the Marvel Encyclopedia,
Hmm.
Kevin Garcia.
Oh
He's
yeah.
at that one a lot of times, and it's always love when I run into him. He's a great guy, and he's a wealth of knowledge about everything comic book related. I've never done any of my comic book panels there. I've never applied.
Really?
which is, yeah, I've never applied. I always go, but I go as a fan. I don't work it. It's one of those where, yeah, I could put a panel on, but I don't want to. I want to be here and be a nerd with my
It's always,
friends and
it's
hang
always
out.
nice to have one or two cons a year to just go and be a fan, just geek out.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. And I go and I just soak it up, man.
Hmm.
Acon, Zane and I went one year pre-pandemic. Amazing time.
Really? All right.
Jesus Christ, we had an amazing time. Um, DreamHack Dallas, I've never gone, but DJ Rockman, who does the Nerdcore days down here in
Hmm.
Austin, has DJ'd at DreamHack,
Oh,
and
nice.
I think he did the one Dallas, and I think he's done Atlanta too. So
All right. All right.
that's one he's always trying to tell me I need to go to. I have never done DreamHack. Acon, I was on tour, so I couldn't do that one anyway. I've done so many shows for the month of June and July, and now my August is starting to almost every weekend's booked in August. So it's like,
Right.
oh, I forget that I used to do this thing with anime conventions. So
Fan Expo Dallas is probably the biggest Comic Con in Texas, and they're a troupe that goes all over the country. They've got, they've even got one in Canada too, I believe.
I've heard nothing but great stuff, and I have friends from Amarillo that go to that one.
Hmm.
They'll drive down from Amarillo to Dallas. It's about a 5 hour drive,
Yeah.
and they go, and I've been invited to hang out with them.
Oh,
Go
nice.
get a hotel, and we're all just going to stay at the same hotel and just party it up at Fan Expo. I never go. I never get to go. I'm 1 year. I'm gonna take all my comedy money, and I'm gonna hide it from myself. And one summer, I'm gonna turn off my phone, and I'm just gonna get in my car and travel from con to con every week.
Do it.
And then I'm gonna just go watch all the fun ones for a whole summer, and that'd be one I would want to do. I want to do Fan Expo Dallas.
I don't think I've been back to Fan Expo since maybe 2015.
Really?
I know I went to 2014 with my dad, my sisters, and a friend of theirs, and I know I went to 2015 by myself for the first time. That was the first time I went to a con by myself.
Really?
Yeah. So that was a fun experience. I went there for the day on Saturday, and yeah, it was a fun time. I got to see Peter Capaldi, who was the doctor at that time.
Yep.
Gotta meet a lot of cool people. One thing I will say is it sucks that getting autographs or selfies with actors or any of the actors is always really expensive, and that sucks. But it makes sense because they got to make money somehow.
Greater Austin Comic Con, affordable.
Mm-hmm.
Very affordable.
I've heard that. Yeah.
Very affordable. I see one on here that I don't think is even in business. I think this was their last year, Anime Sakai, which happened like June 23rd to the 25th in
Really?
Abilene. I think they went out of business. I
Really?
do remember
Wow.
an announcement. So I think that was their last one.
All right. All right.
And they were more of a family oriented. They weren't doing a lot of adult panels.
Mhm.
I don't think they even had anything at night as far as entertainment because it did take place in their convention center. It was not related to a hotel. And man, that's part of the thing, man. Post pandemic, a lot of cons are taking a break and trying to figure out what they're going to do next. But
Yeah, and that's always great for them if that works for them. Yeah.
yeah, I think that one. I think that one lost out.
Yeah, probably.
So.
I know there was quite a few cons that were trying to creep in, trying to get into Texas. Like I think there was a con before the pandemic happened that was called Anime Magic Texas or Magic Anime Texas or something like that. They were
Right.
trying to get into Austin, like one of the Hyatts downtown across the river in that area. Like
Good.
they were trying to do that, but then pandemic happened and we've never heard from them again.
Yeah, man, that happens a lot of times, man. The pandemic screwed up a lot of stuff, man.
Yeah. Delta HCon is pretty fun. I was there last year helping out Jesse with his panels, and it was pretty fun.
I've never done it.
It's your typical con It's your typical hotel con.
I know there's a con out of Houston, and I
There's a
know
bunch of
there's one
cons out of
that
Houston.
well, there's one out of Houston in particular that I remember used to have a not so great reputation.
Anime Matsuri.
Okay, that's the one.
Anime Matsuri. I will want to talk about this a bit after, like toward
Okay.
like in the cons you want to not go to, because like I can
I
talk.
will I will say this. We when Team Lift was doing their thing and I was, the on camera spokesperson for it, it was a unanimous vote to not attend.
Mm-hmm.
And it was not even like I could have said, "Hey, yeah, I'm willing to go and shoot content there." And then it was, I think we were looking at it, and then all of a sudden, one of my friends made a post about it, and
Sound
I was
link or
like,
something. Yeah.
"What is she talking about?" So I called her. I didn't I basically read the post on Instagram and then got on the phone. Girl, what's going on? And she told me a horror story.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
then after I heard the horror story, I was like, "Oh." And then like more stuff came out, and then she pointed me towards somebody else, and she said, "Would you like to talk to them?" And I said, "Yeah, if they don't mind." And then they talked to me, and I was like, "I don't even know if we want to do this as a story on the pod." It was a horrifying story about things that were happening, and I was like, "Nah, I'm good. I don't think we're gonna go."
I've heard Kawaii-Con is pretty fun.
Once again, this one here out at Pflugerville, never done it. And I know that hotel. That's if you look at that one, Kawaii-Con is June 30th through the 2nd of July, right?
Yep.
Then the next weekend almost is July 7th through the 9th. Same hotel, that Courtyard Marriott in Pflugerville is Akashi.
Okashi-Con.
Now,
Yeah.
I've done Akashi. We've all done Akashi at least once. James was just there. Pixelation was just recently there.
Yeah, he was there for Akashi.
I went to go visit him because he's moved. He's living in Houston now. So he comes back home. Yeah, I got to go see my boy. So we were there, right? And while I was there hanging out with him, they have gone very much a fashion con.
Really?
It is very much about the fashion, Harajuku and Lolita. It almost feels so unique. There were some great things. James put on some amazing panels there. So there was some stuff that was like, oh, there's some anime stuff here. But it was very much a con about fashion.
Yeah. Okay.
And I had a good time. So we hung out, and I actually hung out with him more just to hang out. And it was cool because like Reka and Colt, all of them were there. James Bridger showed up. I hadn't seen him in forever. So it was cool to hang out with a bunch of friends, but it definitely is a fashion con. And it's if you're into the fashion more than the anime, that's a con I would like to see more people that are in the anime fashion go to, because it's so unique. But if you look at that calendar, look at that crazy.
Yeah, I was just about to mention this because you said that last year or last week was a terrible weekend for cons because there are quite a few. Yeah, here we got Brick Rodeo, Anime Texas, which we did last weekend. It was a disappointment. Okashicon, which I heard from James was actually pretty fun. RTX Austin. I wish we had gone to that instead of Anime Texas. And then you have Superhero Comic-Con and Car Show in
San Antonio. Yeah. So all of that right there in a basically 3-hour area, 4-hour area.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
2.5 for me to go to Houston, an hour for me to go to San Antonio. And then 20 minutes. I was in Pflugerville for that Okashi. There were too many options that one weekend.
Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, and so you're starting to pack that much in, like, especially for it to be so concentrated in this one area.
Also, and then also you had Delta HCon the weekend before all this went down.
And then you're battling each other for dollars.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And RTX obviously is the biggest on here because
Oh
they
yeah.
occupy nearly the entire Austin Community Center, Austin Convention Center.
Oh yeah, no, I saw so much craziness, man, from my friends. I didn't even know I had friends in town that were at it. And like I'm at Okashi and I'm looking at my phone and going, "Oh, that's why they tried to call me for lunch today." Okay. And I was like, "Oh, I'm at Akashi. I'm not even available right now. I'm hanging out with some buddies in this other friend group." But yeah, no, it was a good one.
Yeah, RTX is always on my list in my peripheral because that was a mainstay and where we go each year. Like we would go to that each and every year. Obviously, we didn't go this year because we had some qualms with the company and how they're being run and shit that's just going down past couple years. But apparently, the Austin Convention Center is going to be closing for the foreseeable future because they're going to be expanding yet again. They're going to be rebuilding and expanding across the street into where the Fogo de Chao used to be, I believe. So now RTX is going to have to find someplace else to be, probably still downtown, but I'm actually looking forward to seeing what they do because now they're going to have to be a hotel con yet again.
Kalahari.
Probably Kalahari.
They're at the point where they could go in and fill Kalahari up.
Oh, they could absolutely fill Kalahari up, but they would have to cap the attendance massively because with the convention center, they can fill it out probably 10 to 20, maybe even a 30,000 people.
Well, Icky put up big numbers this last time, and that was one of the things that Icky even filled up that area and had to spill out upstairs into so many different ballrooms upstairs.
Oh, yeah.
So I know that there would be nobody else that could be in Kalahari the weekend that RTX was there.
Yeah, it would absolutely
else.
be a good place for them. If
they would fill it up. It'd be full. I don't know where they're going to go, but if they hear this, my vote is Kalahari. Plus, that puts you closer to my house.
Right? It'd save me. It saved me at least 30, 40 minutes going down.
Yeah, I'm telling you, just like put it.
Plus you got all the free parking. Free parking.
My favorite, man, and that parking lot is massive.
It really is.
They need 2 or 3. They need golf carts. Those long golf cart buses like at Disneyland in that parking lot if RTX shows up. And in fact, that may be my hustle. I may rent a long bus golf cart and just charge people like $2 to their car and just run it all day.
Nice.
I'll take it to your car for $2 and I do Venmo and Cash App and just drive people back and forth all day. I don't even need to go in the con. I'll still leave rich.
Let me see. We got DreamCon and Anime Fest the same weekend this year.
At least they're in different cities, man. Anime Fest up at the Sheraton Dallas Hotel. Great hotel, fun hotel. Not a lot of food close to that hotel. You got to drive. We got to leave at night to go get eats. We ate at a wing place, all of us one year.
Oh yeah.
That was the year that we all went to the wings stuff. Like it's the same con where you guys remember when I passed out in the hotel room and everybody kept coming into the room while I was passed out, and I thought I'm traveling because I was like, wait a minute, I didn't even know I fell asleep.
Yeah, we were playing D&D in the other room.
You were playing Rick and Morty D&D. I remember that, and I was like, what? That was I love that hotel, but as you remember, there was no food places near that thing.
Oh, there was nothing anywhere near that con. We had to drive like at least 5 to 10 minutes to get somewhere.
Exactly. So I mean, like it'd be like, hey, let's get the car across the highway backward. We didn't even stay at that Sheraton. We stayed at another hotel down the street and
Mm-hmm.
across the highway, but that was where all the food stuff was.
Yeah.
So it was like, yeah, I'd rather stay at this and actually be able to go get food at night. So yeah, love the hotel, love the space, love the accommodations. Not a lot of food close to it.
Another furry con in August for
I'm
all
gonna
you
have to go to
furries.
one. I'm gonna have to go to one.
I wouldn't mind going one just to check it out.
Yeah, Bell County Comic Con in Belton, smaller, family
Hmm.
oriented. I've never been. I've had family members go,
Yeah,
and they're always
I've
asking
heard
me
pretty
every
good
year
things.
why I've never gone. So I was just like,
Yeah, it's a
just
newer con too. I've heard it's pretty good. I
yeah,
think
I've
some of my
never
family
done that
members
one.
have been.
Yeah, see, that's one I need to go to, man. I need to check them out one year. And then there's Mitsuri. I see it August 10th through the
Hmm.
13th.
We'll talk about you later.
I would just tell
Absolutely.
y'all not to go.
Houston Horror Film Fest. I haven't seen that before, but I would just from that title alone, I would love to check that out because I love horror movies.
Yeah, easily. I
Absolutely.
can tell you, I've done a Otaku Tattoo Expo. I did the
Oh
one in
yeah,
Dallas.
that sounds
Yeah,
cool.
we were we were in we were in negotiations with Midland, but I haven't heard anything yet. But yeah, the one in Dallas is a banger. I did that one. I had Josh Provo and Miles Francis are comedians out of Dallas, and I had Angela Kay, a comedian from Austin, at that one. Um, uh, some of my friends showed up, got tattoos. It was a fun, super fun con. It
Hmm.
is definitely. I didn't think animes and tattoos would work, but the weekend that I got there, that Friday, there was a Muslim temple that was there having their convention. So they just saw a bunch of people walking around with their booty cheeks out and tattoos. So they probably thought it was a Satanist convention that weekend, but it was a weird mix. Okay.
Hmm. In September, this year we got GalaxyCon Austin and San Japan happening at the same weekend, which I'm pissed about because the lineup for GalaxyCon is amazing, and I really want to
Really?
go to that. It's like, holy shit, the guest lineup is great. They got a lot of Marvel actors coming in as well.
What?
Yeah, dude. Let me see if I can pull it up.
I'm looking. Oh my gosh, dude, that is amazing.
Let me see if I can pull it up here.
You're telling me I could go meet Charlie Cox and Vincent
Right?
D'Onofrio and
Right?
LeVar Burton? I want a picture with LeVar Burton just to tell my
You
friends
got
I
Andy
saw him.
Serkis, Charlie Cox, Vincent D'Onofrio, Ming Na Wen, the absolute queen herself. You got Stephen Amell, Emily Bett Rickards. You got William Shatner. You got Walter Koenig, LeVar Burton, Jonathan Franks. You got
Yeah.
Will Wheaton,
R-
Giancarlo Esposito.
I've met John Wesley Shipp, man, from The Flash, and
I would
he's an
love to meet him.
absolute gentleman, man. He's an amazing guy, man.
Kerry Jones, Austin St. John, Ross McQuaid, Will
Stephen Amell.
Friedel.
Oh my gosh, dude. Yeah, this
Like this writer, this guest list is amazing. Here, let me pull it up.
yeah, I'm looking at this one, buddy, and I'm like, I want all of
Let me
this
look.
in my
Here we go.
life.
Here you go, folks. Here's the scoop. Here's who's coming to GalaxyCon, whereas we're going to San Japan like fucking stooges.
Yeah, let me look at this. This is so good. I did not even know this was the same weekend because we always go to San Japan. It's like our guys trip.
Mm-hmm.
We do it every year. It's like all of us get together, all the different teams from YouTube. We're all together at this one, and it's oh my god! I'm just looking at
Steve
this.
from Blue's Clues is gonna be there.
Dude, there's so many people. There's so many freaking people I want to
And
see,
then you got all
man.
the voice actors. You got Tara Strong, Charles Martinet.
Giancarlo Esposito is going to be at this, bro.
I just said that. Yes.
I totally didn't hear you say this, and I'm just like losing my freaking mind.
Roger
man.
Craig Smith, Ken Page.
I can't believe how much of Boy Meets World is going to be there, bro.
Dude, I want to go just to meet Topanga. Like, holy shit. I want to meet Topanga.
I want to see Trina McGee because I need her to know that she is a very attractive black woman. I need her to know that.
Absolutely, my dude.
I need her to know that so badly. But yeah, no, when I'm looking at this, man, and I'm just like, this lineup is amazing. But that's the original Steve Burns from Blue's Clues. That's him.
Right.
Bro, how do you not want to see that, man? And then
it's like, oh my God, the choices. Do we cancel San Japan and go to this? No, we can't. We absolutely can't.
Yeah, well, I probably could because San Japan,
could,
they did not take my panel. They got me on standby. Yeah.
Dude, we've got, I think, actually, let me look it up because we have 2 panels approved. And they're not the panels that I would like approved. We have our Outhouse quiz and our So You Want to Be a Panelist. Those are fine. Those are newer. And so Panelist 101 is a good educational, and Outhouse is probably going to be pretty decent. But they put our Haikyuu, our Hills You're Willing to Die On, our My Hero, and our Avatar panels on the wait list. Like, those are our heavy hitters.
I'm on a wait list with a I have not done a Welcome to the Trash Heap in a while. And James and so Pixelation and Welcome to the Trash Heap were doing their first panel together. And it was a controversial one. It was the worst isekais of all time.
Oh my God.
We were waitlisted. Yeah, we were waitlisted.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, I was in shock. I saw that. I was like, bro, these panels better be bangers. And I think Pixelation had maybe 10 he submitted, and I only think 2 of his got picked.
What the fuck is going on this year?
2. That's a man that I know does 6 or 8 panels every San Japan, and he only got 2. And so I'm like,
yeah, okay. And at San Japan, we usually do like 4 or 5, maybe even 6 if we have it.
I told him I'm gonna work his booth. He's his Chaos, Intermountain Legacy game's gonna have a booth. I told him I'll come work it.
Yeah,
I'm actually. It's weird, because we always talk about, hey, we have we have one where we go to and it's like us just being nerds, right? And hanging out. But lately, over the last couple of years, you guys started working way more than you hang out, where I was still hanging out and going on adventures during the day and meeting all kinds of people. You guys were working your butts off. And now it's kind of like, oh my God, we're all it's kind of like so much free time at San Japan.
Like, yeah,
we're going to a con and paying for hotels and Airbnb.
Yeah,
we're paying for Airbnb to not even have to work that hard. Where GalaxyCon is here in my backyard, and if I'm not going to have to work, I could go meet all these people.
Go meet Topanga.
Yeah, I could tell Charlie Cox he's the greatest daredevil that's ever existed.
Oh, absolutely.
And LeVar Burton, and thank him for his service. Just, to my ability to. He's the reason I can read contracts and call bullshit.
It's like, seriously, what's going on with San Japan? Why are our panels not being approved?
Yeah, no, man. It's a lot of us on the wait list, man. I am in shock. Boy, this one. I'm going through this GalaxyCon. It's making me put my glasses on. I was like, what in the world? This is a
seriously, if they don't approve any of our other panels, this panel schedule has to be amazing, because if it's not, I'm gonna seriously ask Al if he wants to reconsider.
Bro, man, look.
Because like we invested a massive prize for San Japan, like
I
our
know what the
mic
prize
from our
is
hero.
too.
Yeah, it's like we invested like a $90 prize for San Japan, and if we're not able to deliver that, if we're not able to present that, it's gonna be waiting until next year or even IkiCon. Like San Japan is our major event of the year, and us currently only having 2 panels is heartbreaking. I don't know. It's hopefully something. Hopefully they get their shit together and approve the rest of our panels. Anyways, so Anime North Texas come back this year. Anime North Texas is done by the same people who do IkiCon, and that con was shut down for after the pandemic. It's been shut down for the past couple years. So
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to going back there. It's one of our spots. It's where one of our places we originally started.
Yep.
So I'm really looking forward to going back to our stomping grounds.
Dude, there's so many good ones on it. That Galaxy Con, I'm still stuck on it.
Right?
I am sorry. I left the show for a while. I was like, I am.
Like, okay, I'm going back to it because this is absolutely massive. You got Dora the Explorer, Tara Strong, and the voice acting panels. You got Roger Craig Smith, Sonic. You got Ezio. You got Tails. You got L from Demon Slayer, from Death Note. It's like so many people. So
Yeah, I was just under the celebrities alone. I didn't even go look at the voice actor.
There's so many voice actors. Ryan Colt Levy is going to be there, the voice actor on for Denji on.
See, yeah, I finally dropped down there to. Bro, I couldn't get out of the celebrity section.
So many celebrities. Ashley Eckstein is going to be there. Ahsoka.
Wait, there's pro wrestlers. Let me see who's going to be here.
Wait, pro wrestlers, really nice.
Oh my God, Mick Foley and Kevin Nash. Yes, I want to go. I want to go. I don't care about anything else, anywhere else. I want to go to this. This is what I want to do.
Fuck. If this wasn't on the same weekend, I would absolutely go.
This is a problem. This is one of the biggest
problem.
This is one of the things I hate about cons is that there's some amazing ones and you have to choose. And it's hard for me not to want to do San Japan. It's almost like become
habit.
It's man, it's almost like a tradition, man, and I'm not ready to let go of the tradition. But I am seriously considering letting go of the tradition. It's maybe the year that
at least for 1 year, yeah.
Yeah, hey guys, I understand. You're telling me Jim Shooter from the comic books is going to be there?
There are a lot of comic book dudes that are going to be here, dude.
All right, guys. I'm sorry. I'm not going to be at San Japan. I'm just letting y'all know. I'm not going. I'm staying home.
You heard it here, folks.
I'm going to Galaxy. I gotta go, man, because I got friends that are waiting to meet me there. But man, I have never been so hurt by a lineup in my whole life, man. I'm hurt looking at this.
This is heartbreaking. Like to choose.
This is so many comic book people, bro, right here that I want to meet in person. I have comic books that I could get autographed right now.
Right?
I would gladly let them. Dude, I don't care about this cover. Please autograph it. Yeah. Is it going to knock the value down? Maybe, but I have your autograph for the rest of my life. Bro, I can't believe Dana Snyder, Master Shake himself, is going to be there. Who's the concert at San Japan Friday night? Because
I
It's
don't
gonna
know.
have to. It's gonna have to make up for this.
Actually, I'll look. Because yeah, this is so. It's I don't know. Let me see. Experience. Concert. I don't see a concert. Let's see.
Wait,
AMV contest.
you're telling me we don't even have a concert at San Japan this year?
I'm
They
looking at
always.
I'm looking at the experience, and I see volunteer, artist alley, art contest, AMV contest, gaming guest, panelist, charity, sponsor about.
There's always a band that plays, or is it? Did they put it into the? What is it? San Japan dot what?
Org.
.org. Okay.
Mhm.
I got to figure this out. It better, bro. You. Hold on. Oh, Teddy Lloyd.
Oh, is it?
I bet you. Where's all these? Wait a minute. Is this the thing where they're gonna have everybody do the DJ thing?
I don't know.
I think the dance. Teddy Lloyd is actually gonna do a DJ set there this year
Hmm.
for their rave dance.
Oh yeah, I probably because I can see at least two other DJs. DJ Wild Party, Diyama.
Dude, this sucks. Yeah. The Bitforce Jam Space. That'll be the greatest nerdcore show you'll ever watch. That is a fun one. I've done that at a couple of things, but it's a great way for you to go in there and meet. They're going to have music all day, and trust me, we're going to have time. We have time to go see the things this year.
Oh, God, this is yeah.
I gotta figure this out. Yeah, I've never seen Teddy Lloyd do a live set, so that may be fascinating to watch. But just to be able to say I saw him do it once, but
Yeah, it's gonna be a hard decision. Very hard decision.
yeah, that's Saturday night, man. He's the Saturday night show, so that's
Last con I wanted to mention that I've heard real great things about is Anime Frontier.
yes. I've never done it, man. But you know, isn't
Really?
Anime North Texas coming back this year?
Yeah, I just said that.
Bro, I was still on Galaxy Con. I'm not
I
paying attention to
know.
Anime North Texas.
I know. Yeah, Anime North Texas is coming back.
Okay, so yes, I'm caught up now. I'm still thinking about GalaxyCon and abandoning my friends.
Right.
Dude, that is. I am just kind of in shock by what I just saw.
So all in all, Texas has a plethora of conventions from anime to Comic-Con to furry. Choose wisely and plan accordingly.
December, go to San Marcos for Etchy Expo 2023.
Yes, and be careful for that one.
Yeah, just go to it and get your mind. It's like the mushroom of cons. It's going to expand your thought process.
Mm-hmm.
It's mind expanding. You're going to see some things. It's going to change you.
So, now that we've gone through all the cons that we're looking forward to and things we've gone to in the past, let's talk about cons that we want to express not going to, like cons that you've had a bad experience that put you off going back again.
I can tell you guys, I'm a 300-pound 6'1" black guy. I don't have a lot of bad experiences at cons. Most people that would even do something that would leave a bad taste in my mouth tend to be on their best behavior around me. Okay,
fair enough.
I'm very aware of who I am in the room, and that can cut an imposing figure. It is for women, especially if you're just going. It's a girls' trip con for you, and as a man who has 5 daughters, there are some cons that I would be concerned about them going to. I would not want my 5 daughters or their friends or my granddaughters to go to Anime Matsuri based on the horror stories that I got from other cosplayers.
Yeah,
I'm just going to say that as clearly as I can. And they can say, "Oh, it's it's all allegations." Okay, great. One time, that's an allegation. There should never be a second or a third
or fourth
or 7th and 10th. Because after a while, that's too much smoke. Maybe there is a fire. And maybe it's a dumpster fire.
Like, we as a group, Zeros to Heroes, have never been to Anime Matsuri. I've only heard horror stories and everything that's gone before even considering. And we're never going to go to Anime Matsuri as long as it's around.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where you kind of know, hey, this is problematic, okay? And if it's problematic, why would I go put myself in that? It just doesn't make sense.
So, give a little bit of context as to what we're talking about. The con head, the guy who runs the con, is a sexual pervert and a sexual harasser. Not allegedly. He is.
Yeah, and I don't mind if you're a pervert. I'll say this right
absolutely.
now.
Yeah,
I know a lot of people that are perverts. I don't mind that. It's once you cross the line from when your perversion now is starting to creep on other people's rights. Now that's different. That's a whole different thing, man. That's a beast I can't tolerate.
Not only that, but even the staff who work the con aren't treated well by the heads at all.
There's bro. Somebody told me there was a Rolling Stone article about him. I read an article about him, and it was a horrifying article.
I think the mayor funds it as well, of Houston, because I know I've seen pictures of the mayor of Houston actually walking around. So
yeah, it's a thing where the people running it have deep pockets, and then you have connections. And so sometimes when you have deep pockets and connections, things can happen. But here's the thing that bothers me is if you got deep pockets, then why do you owe people so much money?
Right? Why are you never paying your guests, your voice actors, anyone who's coming from overseas?
Why aren't people getting paid on time, deep pockets? Why aren't people... There shouldn't be every time Matsuri happens, there's this thing where I hear all these horror stories. And, like I travel, okay? I'm not trying to crap on anybody. I'm connected very much to this industry. I love this industry. I love the people in it. I love getting paid to go host anime conventions and do comedy at them. So the people talking to me and telling me the horror stories aren't always the attendees. You mean other people know you for this bad behavior. More than just attendee. People who own other cons know you for this bad behavior. And then you have this reputation.
And then a lot of attendees know you have the reputation and still go and support you anyways.
Yeah, and that's a whole nother beast, man. I get it, man. What it's almost, there comes that line, man. I know it's saying Japan, man, when they had that one guy who said some unflattering stuff, right?
Yeah.
During the summer of the Black Lives Matter, he said some unflattering stuff, and they were quick to be like, "Nah, fool, you gotta go."
Yeah.
And even if it was a show, like he was just moved into the background, he's not out in the open. Maybe he's still affiliated with it. They made a show of of no, he's not. And I was
Yeah.
like, maybe he is, maybe he isn't. Because I'm aware that if we had a company and you were, let's say you and I are in this business together and we run our own con, and you say something that's controversial, I would, as my boy, I'd be like, look, man, I don't know why you said that dumb stuff, but you got to go to rehab. and you're still in the team.
Do double therapy.
Yeah, you got to get in therapy to fix this. And also, you're no longer attached to us publicly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, your money is still wrapped up in this thing, so you're not going to be able to talk. We're taking you off
fix
social
yourself
channels.
Before coming back.
We're taking you out of the group Discord, but go to therapy. I will keep in touch with you. Mm-hmm. Fix your shit. And that may be, may be what happens, man. And he may come back and make the apology to her and be like, I've said some things that I'm sorry for those things, and I've learned, and I went to therapy, and maybe he doesn't even go to therapy. He just disappears for 3 years and then sneaks back in and goes, hey, I really said some things 3 years ago that I regret. And I don't regret saying it. I regret getting caught saying it.
I think we've all done or said shit in our lives that we regret and have grown and moved on from.
Oh, bro, I'm problematic in stand-up comedy. I told a grown woman I wanted to eat a cart of Cool Whip off her booty cheeks. Okay. And I can say that in comedy. I said it on stage in a situation where she had said something earlier. I heard her say it. I got on stage and I need to address what you said earlier, ma'am. Let's go ahead and talk about this. So it was one of those things. But at that point, man, where I'm saying this, it's not like I was like meeting her in the hall and it's just her and I, and I'm like, I want to eat Cool Whip off your booty hole in my hotel room. It was not that situation, I didn't try to coerce her into it. I said it in a show in front of hundreds of people.
Just imagine she pulled out a Cool Whip from her bag.
She giggled so hard. So we did talk after the show. But when she came to talk after the show, I said, you have to stay here with me. I don't know what's about to happen. I need witnesses to this conversation.
We got to go to HEB.
Person. Yeah, because had she come up to me and said, you want to go get some Cool Whip at HEB with me? I'd have said, all right, bye, everybody. I would have left. She was hot. She was attractive.
Honey, I'm coming home late.
Yeah, I'd have been like, but this is how I get canceled. It's going to be her story versus mine. But she doesn't know. I'm going to go live on Instagram while I do it. I'm not going to jail. They're not going to be able to say, sir, did you take that by force? No. As you can see on this video on my Instagram live, they got
which
my
tons
canceled.
Of people got to see.
Yeah. I'm clapping these cheeks with permission. Yeah. Also, if you want to see the whole video, it's on my OnlyFans for $9.99 a month. I'm not going to jail.
Nice.
Yeah, this is her signing. Here's a picture of me, her signing the NDA and permission slips. Yeah, she initialed here next to anal. Yeah, she's gonna have to sign some stuff. I'm not going to jail. I'm sorry, I'm just not. But yeah, no, that's one of those cons, man, where I have a friend, man, and she stands on a moral base. Wild Mal Pal is one of my favorite cosplayers. I love Mallory. She's an amazing human being. Super cute human being. She will make a decision on something, and if you're on some fuckery, she ain't with that fuckery.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've seen her as a cosplayer. Man, you make your money doing these cons, man. And she ain't about that. She'll let go of a con and that opportunity for money to be on the right side of history, and that's something I find very admirable. A lot of us, man, a lot of us were like, hey, man, I got to pay bills. And so I think the group that I run with and all the people that I run with have made me extremely proud in that they all, like, we didn't talk to each other about it, but everybody came to the same consensus. I'm not doing that, sorry. And it was just so weird.
Yeah.
That none of us sat down and said, our group's not doing it. But we all were on the same page for the same reasons. So, doing those things.
Yeah, even I don't know. the prices, even like I can only imagine the prices I'm actually looking up right now are gotta be ridiculous. Like, okay, here we go. So the prices for a 4-day weekend pass is over $105.
What?
hmm No refunds, by the way. That's always a shitty move, a big red flag if something is no refund. Then you got the now the individual day passes are a little more manageable. Friday is a little over 65, Saturdays around 70, and Sundays around 50. But then again, that's still way too much for an individual day. And then you got your VIP pass going over $375.
Dude, that makes San Japan what 90.52 is what San Japan is going to be after tax, 90.53, something like it's over
Mm-hmm.
$90 for a 3-day pass as an
Mm-hmm.
adult to San Japan after today. If
I
you
didn't
don't
even
get it before today, it's going to be a $90 pass.
I didn't even mention the kids pass for 4 days. Kids pass for 4 days is a little over $45.
Okay, that's actually that's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
I think a 3-day child pass to San Japan is 40. So
Yeah.
that's a going rate. That sounds actually affordable and reasonable. But man,
Mm-hmm.
for an adult to have to spend $90 or more,
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, Anime
we're
Monster
spending
is
we're
not
spending.
worth going to.
Yeah, I can't do this. I can't do their prices. Not for the not for. I'm gonna pay you all this money and then know your reputation. So all I'm
Mm-hmm.
doing, and it's like when people say, "Hey, man, I'm a big proponent of voting with your dollars. If you don't like something somebody's doing, don't give them money.
Yeah.
Don't go there. That's all I'm
Absolutely.
saying. But then if you also here's my thing, and I've done this with friends. If I tell you, hey, don't go down the street. There's a dude down there with a baseball bat gonna hit you in the head. And then you go, okay, thanks for the advice and the information. And then you go down the street and get hit in the head. I'm going to come help you and
Mm-hmm.
get you to a hospital and make sure you get care. But I'm also gonna call you a dumbass.
Yeah.
And so if I tell you, hey, there's this con doesn't have the greatest reputation, if you're a single woman and you're not going with a group of friends, you may not have a good time. There may there could be some things that may be very traumatic at this con for you.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Not to mention,
especially
not to mention,
yeah,
they have Hentai Fest as well, which I think is in full broad daylight too. I'm not sure.
yeah, we're gonna. I don't know, but I was just saying, if I tell you this and you go down there and say, okay, thanks for the information, then you go there and then you come back and you're like, oh my God, you're not gonna believe what happened to me, or the harassment, or something this was said to me, and I'm gonna be looking at you like, I think I warned you. I think I told. Did I not say it out loud? Did you not hear me when I said it? It's
What?
I want to be here to as a friend and make sure you get the healing you need. But I'm gonna call you a dumbass because I warned you not to go. Because I'm a real friend. I'm not a yes friend. I'm not gonna just say yeah, girl. Now I'm not. I'm gonna tell you you're a dumbass if you go do this one. You might be. Don't walk. Don't purposely walk into danger. That's all I'm saying.
Be safe. Don't do stupid shit. Don't go to Anime Matsuri.
Yeah, cover your drinks. I
Big time.
say that. Yeah,
Yeah.
cover your drinks. Okay, make sure nobody's bringing you drinks that you didn't. Be safe.
I
And
don't.
I'm saying the attendees may be wonderful people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, hey, this place has a reputation, and it'd be different if it was one story. It'd
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
different if it was if there's one, there should never be two. But when it's so many
and
stories,
every single year,
and they all keep getting worse, at some point I'm looking at y'all like,
are y'all enabling it or something?
what's going on then? You've heard, did you think those other people were lying, but now that it's happened to you, it's real? What are we doing right now? We told you it was something going on over there.
At some point or another, I'm afraid it's going to turn into RAPEcon.
Yeah, and I won't be there.
I'm never going to be there. I know.
Yeah, I'm just saying that if Jeffrey Epstein and R. Kelly opened a con, and I'm not going to go, and I'm a 300-pound black man, nobody's just going to come up and just suck my titties, okay? Nobody's going to just run up on me, whip a titty out, and try to suck it. I'm just saying, if there's a con that as big as I am as a dude, as a man, that I'm not going to go to and give money to, you might want to look. If there's more than me saying I'm not spending money there, nor will I go, you better probably at least do some investigation into why those people won't go. Ask your friends if they've gone, if they've seen some stuff. And I'm sure there are some people that are like, I want to go to this con, and they may not be aware. And that's a problem too. We work them, so we hear a lot of horror stories.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. I think everybody that works at con, once you start doing more than one, you kind of get brought into a different level of the world. So maybe there's some people that go to cons and they're like, I don't know about any of this. Okay. Maybe you don't.
Try to do some research.
But I'm just saying, how do you not, when I work, I'm not always paid to go to cons. Okay. I started as a guy doing a press team that got a discounted badge and just interviewed voice actors. And if I know horror stories from that beginning to who I am today, where they pay me to come to them, just saying.
Yeah.
Be careful what you're linking your name with, man. It's your brand.
Absolutely. I don't think there are really many other cons that I've had bad experiences with, or even say don't attend. But I will say, be wary of Anime Texas next year, because this year was a bit of a disappointment for me. I enjoyed last year, but I don't think I'm going to be attending next year. I'm just going to see how it goes. But just it's there. Just if you're attending, know that it might be a lot smaller con than most people are used to. Might be in the under 500 people there.
And I think, man, also that, like I said, 5 cons one weekend.
It was brutal.
That was a lot to compete against. Somebody was going to lose. I think the biggest winner was RTX.
Oh, absolutely. It was RTX.
RTX won in Austin. I know Akashi because it's a fashion con, has people that want that. So when the people that were at Akashi went for that, they knew what they were getting into. People at RTX, that's a different level, man.
Now, oh God, we're almost we've done almost over 2 hours right now. I think we can do this next bit in under 30 minutes. So I want to talk about tips in surviving a con for the weekend in Texas, because we've been to many different cons over the years in Texas, and Texas is an absolutely brutal environment, from hot to cold to mid. I really like it cold, but that's just me.
Yeah, me too. And I can always put on extra clothes. I can only take off so much.
You can only take off so much before getting arrested, right?
Yeah, the police show up and want to talk to me about where are your pants, and I hate that conversation.
Like, hey, I just want to be in my tidy whities. I want to be Walter White over here.
Yeah, I just want to walk. There's a character on Bob's Burger, Marshmallow, the trans character that shows up in a fur coat and a leather bikini. Yeah, that's who I want to be dressed as. I want to cosplay Marshmallow just to get out of having to wear clothes. It's so hot. You can do it.
I can see it.
I would tell everybody that if you're going to a con in Texas in the summer, read about hydration, learn what that really means, and stay hydrated. Whether it's water, whether it's Gatorade, electrolyte replacement at night, you're going to get Charlie horses and muscle spasms if you underdrink,
especially if you're walking all the way.
Yeah, and if your cons are not all the way indoors, that getting out of your car, going back inside, walking, go to get food at lunch in the heat of the day, and getting back in a hot car, and then the air conditioner is trying to work to get you back to the hotel. And by the time you get to the hotel, you're dying, and you're drained, you're wiped. This was so weird. I was at Akashi, and it was the first time I went to that hotel, and I didn't see people at the pool.
Really?
In the daytime.
Wow.
It was 112. It was 112 Saturday. So 112 or 114. It was something ridiculous. And I just remember people talking about, I said, that's the pool. They were like, the water's hot. I said, what? They said, you're going to jump in and you think it's going to be cold, but it's really, the heat has warmed that pool up.
That's not good.
It feels like you're in it and you're like, yes, I got water on me and I'm cooler than I should be, but this is not that cold.
You're boiling like a lobster.
Yeah, so I was just like, I remember being there, sitting by it, and I was like, I saw people outside, but it was to smoke. They were not in that pool. I didn't see anybody swimming.
I could use a pool right about now.
Yeah, I didn't see anybody swimming, so I was just kind of like, that's a new one.
Also, stock up on deodorant, antiperspirant.
No, just shower. Please, shower. If you're...
but still, stock up on deodorant, antiperspirant.
Yeah,
shower, obviously, but...
Because some people, I don't think, know what that is. Like, so I know cons have a bad reputation when we say, hey, yeah, man, this guy was at this con and he didn't, he didn't take a shower. He just used Axe body spray. No, shower, soap, warm water on your body, on the funky parts. Concentrate on your underarms and your crotch. Clean them things up, man.
Bring a scrub.
Yeah, I don't want to be in the elevator smelling you. I don't want to be in a panel smelling you. I don't want to be standing in line going into an event and you up here smelling like Dr. Funkenstein. I don't
want to smell the game room from 2 blocks away.
At all. At all. I do not like that, man. And then I remember one time we went to a con and I remember it was when Reed was with the team. And Reed told us, he said, man, this smells like feet in puberty. And I was not going to name the con we were at, but he said, man, it smells like feet in puberty. I have never laughed so damn hard in my life. I was like, Reed is an absolute menace, and I miss going to cons with him, but feet in puberty was the best description. It was just like, and it was a con. It was so weird that it was like we were there and we were covering it and there was a bunch of people there, but I was like, this really is a lot of teenagers here without parents. It was just like I remember watching this one con where they were just dropping kids off like 20 at a time. And I was like,
what?
Like did that bus just drop 20 kids off? Like the parents chartered a party bus to drop 20 kids in cosplay off at this con? Where are their parents? Are there any parents at this con? No, but there was a lot of feet and puberty smell. So it's like, please take a bath. Please take a bath before you come in here.
Thinking of kids or teens being at conventions. If you are a grown adult and you're trying to get lucky at a convention, make sure the person you're trying to be interested in is over 18 or over 20.
Oh, please.
Because
ask questions.
There are tons of teenagers who look much older than they actually are.
Yeah, and I'm notorious. Like when I go to them, it's business for me. I'm like, I ain't here to hook up. I can hook up outside of here. I'm at work. So when I'm at a con, I'm literally at work. And do I see some attractive people? Yes. But man, no, man, I've seen some stuff where uh, newbies show up and they're like, "Oh man, that chick is hot. She's fine." Blah 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 blah. Bruh,
Mm-hmm.
oh girl, maybe only 15, and you're not looking good right now, bro. This is a real bad look for you. You might
Mm-hmm.
want to slow your roll, homie. But I've seen it with women. Oh my god, that guy's a girl. Slow down, girl. And I have a bad habit of my friends wanting to. They've never been, especially so I take them all the time. As a guest, and they're like, man, that was fun, but also I've never, I think after two or three when they find out are underage and half naked, sometimes you can just tell she's underage and half naked. That makes no sense. So
Yeah.
then a lot of times they're like, I never just locked my neck. Like I'm not looking to my left or my right. It just
Right?
I'm
Like,
just gonna I'm looking straight ahead and trying to get down this hallway. I'm not even gonna look down. I'm looking straight ahead to get down this hall. And I've had buddies of mine, male and female, that was a big one. They noticed it. And I get it, man. When you're young, you do. I was young. I did dumb stuff, but I
Mhm.
did it in like countries like the Philippines and Thailand. I didn't do it at an anime convention. It was I played that game at a higher level and on a higher stage.
Mhm.
Not
Mhm.
at an anime convention. There's some gambles I could not take.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, I guess if you're going to an anime convention, make sure you know what the parking situation is going to be before arriving. If it's going to be free, if it's paid, make sure you know beforehand. Because, like I said last weekend, I arrived at the hotel and did not know it was paid parking until I got there. I was like, damn it.
Oh, here's one, and I hate to say this, in since our state leads the country in mass shooting incidents,
Mm.
emergency plans.
Uh huh.
I did a con recently, um, and it was the first time I went to. I I'd been to this con. I could tell that. Hey, I asked him about it because there were some. We just had the shooting over in Plano, right? And it wasn't too long after that, and I was like, "Hey, did you guys have any blowback from that?" And they were like, "Yeah, we were selling at a steady pace." And then that eve, by the 5 o'clock news, when the shooting in Plano had happened, their whole con kind of was like grounded to a halt.
Mm-hmm.
People were scared. People were scared to go out a lot of times, man. That especially when the shooting happens within 2 weeks of your con.
Yeah.
And so this is the first time I went to a con, and I was seeing friends, and there were emergency plans like, hey, just in case this was to happen, where do we want to meet up to know that everybody's okay? Or should we have a group chat? Now, we've always had a group chat, but we also always go to cons and we're either, hey, we're at this hotel, you guys are at that hotel, we're all going to meet for dinner. We know a group chat keeps, when there's four different
Mm-hmm.
YouTube channels worth of guys and girls hanging out, we kind of have a plan at all times, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, this is the first time where I saw people with group chats that were just, we have a plan in case the unthinkable happens. Where do we meet? Where's the
Mm-hmm.
car park? Where do we check in once we're safe? How do we, what are the exits to this facility? That is a weird thing, seeing people checking for exits and
Yeah.
like, hey, where are the exits? Where does that lead? What does it do? And I'm like, that's weird. You know,
Yeah. Yeah. Like,
we shouldn't have to do that, but that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother episode. But
yeah, no, yeah. This is the only comment I want to make on this specific like little topic because it gets into a bit of politics, which I don't really want to bring on the podcast just yet. Maybe down the line or some
yeah,
whole different podcast. But it's ridiculous that we as a country live with shootings almost daily. Like the rest of the world doesn't live with shootings daily. I think we're the only ones that have the highest records of mass shootings in schools and public
Yeah.
areas, and it's just ridiculous. The United States needs to get on with needs to adapt to the rest of the world in the gun policy, and that is all I'm going to say
Yeah.
on that matter.
I'm a gun owner. I grew up with them.
So is my
I
dad.
have a healthy respect for them, and my kids have a healthy respect for them. And I'm a gun owning. I'm a Second Amendment guy. Okay,
Mhm.
as a comedian, it's weird to say that. I lean very conservative when it comes to guns. I have no problems with them legislating them harder because I know I can get one. I'm not doing anything wrong. But also, like, I think it's ridiculous that things that I used to go to that are family oriented events are scary for some people. And I get the
Mhm.
fear and I get you may not want to put your family in that. I'm not knocking you. I know there's so many sides to this story, but I would say if you're going to a con, especially if you're younger,
Mhm.
you're a group of younger, and when I say younger, early, late teens, you're in a group, y'all getting dropped off at the con. Please exercise caution. Have a great time. Have a great time. Keep your head on a swivel. Be aware of where the exits are. Know what your escape plan is. Make sure you're eating and staying hydrated and, you know,
Even better, come with a chaperone or two, or three or
yeah,
four.
yeah. If you're, hey man, there's one of our older brothers is here with us. And, he's kind of doing his thing, but he's driving us and he's hanging out and he's doing his
Mhm.
thing. But there's a plan.
Yeah,
Have a plan. Where do we meet up? Don't get. I just say, man, look, I'm an adult and we do that. We're all grown men that are going to be at our Airbnb. I think there was last year we had one female with the group.
No, I don't think there was. I don't think there was a female in the Airbnb, but there was
No,
a
not at the
female in a
Airbnb.
group in our group.
There was a female in our group, but not at our Airbnb. There was
Yeah.
one female in our group, and even then, we all had a plan for each other.
Hmm.
And we were grown men at that Airbnb, and we all had a plan. Like you
Yep.
guys, with me and Alex, and I think Jason went to lunch. Everybody knew where we were at. We were like,
Hmm.
"Hey, three of us are going to Church's Chicken.
Yeah.
We're going to do some ghetto stuff. We're going to the hood to go eat Church's
And I
Chicken."
followed you after to get churches because damn, that is good.
Yeah, it was so amazing. But yeah, we were all hanging out. We all kind of stayed in touch and knew what the plan was for everybody on the squad. And
Hmm.
then when we were at the con, and I knew, oh, she's with our group, and then I knew who. Okay, I'll watch out for her. She's with our group, man. And that's just like, I think that's because we're older and we're kind of done. Jesus Christ, hundreds of cons over a short period of time. We're just kind of. You don't think about, oh, I'm a pro at this. I
Hmm.
know what to do to keep me safe and keep my body running on good energy and healthy. I'm eating right. I'm not junking a lot of junk food. I'm not putting a lot of junk in and getting junk output. So I think those are things that you got to be careful about. I
Yeah,
would suggest I tell everybody, hey, the anime conventions and comic book conventions, some of the most amazing times I've had in my life, and some of the most fun you can have with a group of friends. They're
absolutely,
experiences you will remember for the rest of your life.
absolutely.
But be careful and
Yeah,
be safe and
just
and don't just be out there just like, ah. it's all it's all just fun and games. Yeah, it can be. As long as you're being safe and careful and looking out for each other. It actually,
mhm,
being bros and dudettes to each other and looking out for each other. That's what it should be about.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Knowing where to find food, because food is very important. Sometimes you don't get to eat breakfast. Sometimes you don't get to eat lunch. Make sure you have something during the day and know where and how much you're going to be able to spend.
Yeah.
Because
because you're gonna need some energy. I swear to God. And then sometimes, like if you're it's taking place at a convention center. Okay, well, what are the options to eat in that convention center? And is it just the normal, hot
fast
dog,
food,
pizza, hamburgers? What
or
are
just
my
some bougie
options?
shit.
Yeah, nachos. Is there a restaurant nearby? Is there a
Mm-hmm.
mall nearby within walking distance that we can go eat there? Does Uber Eats or DoorDash even deliver where we are?
Yeah.
So those are questions that you don't think about asking. But I've gone to many a con and I've pulled up at cons, and as I'm pulling up, I'm like, there is no fast food here. And then I've been to some cons that I've done before, and I'll be like, I remember going to one recently and telling everybody, yeah, but if you get on this back road and you drive all the way down to that next thoroughfare, there's a QT there, there's a Arby's, and I'm naming off everything that's over one exit away. And they were like, how do you know this? Oh, well, no, I've been here. And then if you go across the highway, there's a Starbucks. I know. I do a lot of these. If I'm not here for an anime convention, I'm in this town for stand-up comedy. So I've been here, I've toured here, I've had a tour here, and I've been put up at this hotel by the comedy people. So I know a lot of hotels and neighborhoods and cities based on that fact. So.
I love attending cons in Round Rock or even Austin because there's tons of places you can eat within walking or even a couple minutes driving distance of any convention.
And you guys know I'm a big old fat foodie. So every time y'all come here, I'm always like, hey, you know what you should try? We got to go here. And y'all are
got to do Gus's chicken.
Why does this boy not have I've had people ask, why don't you just have a YouTube channel where you just tell us where to go eat every week? And I was like, because I would gain more weight. Okay. I would be so fat. But I know a lot of hookups. There's a couple of places, like if you're at Kalahari, man, that's so many places that you can get to in Round Rock that aren't far. But the Uber DoorDash delivery is amazing. They will deliver all the way to that front lobby.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they'll bring it to the front lobby and hook you up. So
yeah, I will say, even though I'm part of it myself, I will say that if you do order from DoorDash, Uber Eats, Instacart, or anywhere, it's gonna be a bit more expensive than if you actually picked it up or went to the restaurant, because the companies are hiking up their prices, their delivery charges. They're adding hidden fees and whatnot. So just be aware of what you're actually spending and what you're able to spend. Because sometimes a $15 hamburger meal could cost you $30.
I remember the year before we all did the Airbnb, me and Zane and Alex had a hotel room together. And I remember us all, I think we all did Uber Eats from the IHOP, and our guy delivered on a bicycle. And it was the greatest meal I'd ever had. I don't know what had happened that day, but whatever had happened, that was the greatest IHOP I had ever consumed in my life. And
also be aware of restaurants that are able to be open late at night, because sometimes you'll want to get the munchies.
Bro, but that's one of the problems. Post-pandemic, a lot of places aren't open 24 hours anymore.
Yeah.
That was a weird one, man.
Yeah, that's why you gotta be aware of places like IHOP and Denny's or
in the Waffle House. Know where the Waffle House is at.
Gotta know where all those are.
Yeah, because you will drive to that Waffle House, but they will also do takeout too. That blew me away. I got to a city one time and it was takeout only when we were in Atlanta at a Waffle House near our hotel, and I was like all the seats were blocked off.
Wow.
But that black lady made me feel so safe. I love her. I felt so safe.
Nice.
I did not worry about anybody coming in there and taking my waffles or my life. She had us all protected under her wing and her 45.
Okay. Here's another thing. If you're going to a convention of any kind, make sure you're able to either get money into your bank account if you keep it in a separate bank account, or bring cash, because a lot of places do both. A lot of vendors do both still.
I'm not a cash guy, and I did
Me
not
either.
realize how. I think we've all kind of, especially you guys. You guys are all younger than me, so y'all are very much Venmo debit card guys. Okay, I forgot how much cash came in handy
Oh
around
yeah.
town. Just having. I think I brought $100 cash, and I was like, just grab 5 20s. I mixed it up. It was just all 20s, easy to break, easy to get change for, and I still left probably with, I may have spent maybe $25 cash the whole 3-day weekend. But in each one of in those situations where I had to use the cash, I was either in a situation where we don't do anything but cash, or hey, our system's down. We can't process your debit card right now.
Oh yeah.
So I had
or
the
you
cash.
might, yeah, or you might even be in a building where it's a dead zone.
Oh gosh, which can happen to you in St. Japan. Walking into
Oh
Henry B.
yeah.
Gonzalez, there are dead zones in there. So I
Yeah.
remember one time walking through, and everybody was like, "We've been trying to call you for 20 minutes," and I don't remember what happened. I think I walked outside, and then my phone would say, "Boop boop boop boop," and I was like, "Jesus."
No, yeah, nearly the entire inside of the vendors hall and the gaming hall in the convention center there is a dead zone.
Yeah, and if you get on their Wi-Fi, what sucks about it is your phone is going to drain because it's fighting for its place on that Wi-Fi. Connecting, reconnecting, connecting, reconnecting, and it drains your phone. So you almost get to a point where you're like, I almost don't want to be on the Wi-Fi. I'd rather just not be connected to this Wi-Fi at all until I get back to my room.
And I keep my money in my savings account. I don't keep it in my checking account anymore because I got too many bills that are automatic that I never turn off. So it's easier for me to transfer money over. And if you're inside the vendor's hall and it's a dead space, I can't do that. I got to go back outside, transfer the money, go back inside, pay for whatever I'm trying to buy, which is another thing I want to talk about. If you're going to buy something in the vendor's hall, make sure you're getting the best price for what you're wanting to buy, because sometimes another vendor will have it $20 off, $10 off, or sometimes $30 off.
I think a lot of times, and I know you guys are real notorious for this. You will wait till Sunday.
Sometimes people will wait for Sunday.
Y'all wait till Sunday, right? When they're trying to pack up and leave, and they may not want to carry as much of this back home. So there are deals to be had on Sunday.
Absolutely.
And you guys are like, and I've heard this so many times where we get there and I say, hey, what time does the dealer room close on Sunday? And everybody be like 4:00, and all you dirtbags are in there at 3:00 that last hour. And y'all are cleaning up, man. You're like, Friday, you're walking through and you're like, oh, I got my eye on that. I know who that is. I know where it's at. You're looking for this one item. And when I used to collect figurines, which you can see, I got the One Piece collection over here. I've not paid top dollar for anything in that. And I've got all those at very amazing prices.
See a little bit of my collection in the background there too.
Yeah, so I'm Sunday, man. Sunday, the Sunday vendor abuser. Yeah,
naughty.
Yeah, Katina. I know a lot of people that do that, man. That Sunday vendor abuser life, man, and then a lot of people in our group that do that. That's all I'm gonna say. It is. I've seen it. I pretty much when I go now, I'm always like, I need T-shirts because I'm wearing. I took a bunch of anime T-shirts on tour, and like I had my Soul Eater shirt, and I did a show up in Arkansas. And the people after the show came up to me to talk to me about my favorite anime because, hey, where'd you get the Soul Eater shirt? And then I ended up hanging out with them for about an hour after the show because it's just talking anime and shop and telling them about cons and stuff. So I'm really notorious about wearing funny T-shirts in the summertime. You know, in the winter, I'm going to probably put on a dress shirt or a polo or something. But in the summer, I'm probably going to rock a T-shirt up on stage because I sweat like R. Kelly at a Girl Scout rally. I'm just sweating all the time. So I'm just like, I'm going to be comfortable. But a lot of times I'm wearing anime T-shirts. I have my Full Metal Alchemist Dragon Ball shirt where a certain girl and her puppy are doing a combine. I wear that a lot, and a lot of people see it, and it always cracks me up when I wear that to a comedy
Give you a bunch
show.
of shit about it.
No, I always see when somebody looks at me when I walk out on stage in that shirt, and I can tell, oh, I know who all the weebs are in this room. They are laughing at something before I've told the first joke, and that's that T-shirt set. They know what's up. They're like, oh, he's one of us.
I'll also mention if you're going to a con, whether Comic-Con or animecon, try to support your local artists in the artist alley. They work hard, and a good percentage of them never make a buck.
Oh gosh, no, I've been to cons where with friends where working their booths and tables, and I have learned how much they pay for those tables sometimes. And
Too
then
much.
You go to a con, and then you're trying to make your money back. You're already having to try to make up what you spent on the hotel room, and then the gas there and back home, plus your table fees, and you're trying to sell so much of your product to make that profitable for you.
Yeah.
You know, and I know sometimes people are like, well, if you're real big, you'll play the law of averages, and you're like, yeah, this wasn't a great week, but I had 2 weeks ago where we did a con and we made this much. So, for the year, if you look at it over the year, you go, yeah, but man, with that week when rent's due, is this your only hustle? Is your only hustle this? So yeah, I'm real respectful of that, man. And man, it's weird because a bunch of you guys, Sunday abusers, man. I've seen where you guys, like you and Al and even Zane, are really big about going into the dealer room and buying art to give away as a gift. I've seen you guys do that every con we've gone to. I don't really buy a lot of art because I have a 4-year-old granddaughter in my house, and I just can't have anime titties out. She is very impressionable, and she is a snitch, and she is gonna. I don't need her seeing titties and just starting trouble. Okay,
Grandpa, you're saying I should look like this when I grow up? No.
Yeah, we're. I love it. She said, "Only do it to dealers, not artists." Yeah. Okay. Thanks for clearing that up. Yeah. But yeah, no, man, it's one of those things where I've seen that. I'm not an art guy, man. I have some amazing artwork though, and some cool stuff that I've received as gifts, man. But yeah, that's a wild one, dude. Those people definitely need as much love as you can throw them.
I think I've got like 40 or 50 cards just in a collection of artists that I thought were really cool that I really want to get more stuff from. Like,
oh yeah,
I've got a bunch of artists on like a backlist that I need to buy more stuff from.
Yeah, no, man, I get that, man. I barely ever do. Like, I have friends that are artists, man, and I know what they're going through with their commissions and all that, man. So it's so weird. I think I've only paid for a handful of art from people though. Oh, a poster addict? Yeah, nothing wrong with that. I have several movie posters that I've had framed. So I've paid for some really nice frames for posters. And I have some that are just like, I could do an art gallery showing. I'm really bad about that. I am super bad about paying for art. So, and putting it in frames and putting it around this room. But yeah, this is. I won't put anything here. This is like where all my. If the camera would go up, you'll see here where I have a bunch of hooks, and it's all kinds of 1, 2, 3 headsets. This headset hangs up there when I'm not doing shows. So
Nice.
then all of this is manga. But I have got this new kick where I'm buying very adult oriented manga, but the weirder the better. So like I'm looking for manga, like Call Girl in Another World. I bought volume 1 of that, and it's such a weird premise and story. I was like, I have to own that just so I can say I own it. Lanny Cuomo, who's a great, amazing comic out of Austin, she did a show for us at Icky, and she started to show off talking about Dick Fight Island, which is a manga, and killed. That was her opening joke, was talking about how she reads this, and she's not doing a joke to be funny. She's telling you, I'm a weeb and this is what I'm reading. And it is one of the greatest bits you can see, man. And I was just like, Lanny, what are we doing right now, man? But I had to go find Dick Fight Island because of her. I was like, what is this?
Sounds
what is
hilarious.
This? So I'm that's where my money goes. I still have that Booty Royale right here. I have.
Oh my God.
And I have probably 3 or 4 more still in the wrapper that I've never taken them out.
Jesus. No, yeah,
So that's my money. I lose money on manga and doujinshi.
I think over the last 2 or 3 years, I've spent over $1,500 on manga and light novels.
Bro, you got a problem.
When I first got my fucking my first stimulus check.
Ooh.
I fucked up.
Say no more.
$400 worth of manga.
Say no more. Bro, but here's the thing. You were also a homeschool kid.
True. Yeah, true.
Homeschool kids, y'all just be wilding out once y'all get some freedom on you.
God, yeah.
Y'all really do, man. I'm not a homeschool kid, but I lived in the city of New Orleans as a kid, and so I've done some things in the country of the Philippines and Thailand too. So I'm just kind of at a point where it's like I'm more of a connoisseur of the perverse now. I can be picky. I'm not dropping $400 on Elf Booty Warrior manga.
Yes, this is an intervention. Yeah, this is absolutely an intervention.
It very much so is. Yeah.
Why do you think I haven't been to Kino in months?
Man, we used to go. What is that place, man?
It was Kura.
Yeah, the Kura, the revolving sushi. Oh, one of my favorite places, dude.
Love it. Still want to go back sometime.
Yeah. I don't think I've been with any of y'all in
months.
Over a year. Maybe a year,
probably.
Months. It's been a while. It's been a while. I haven't been, but then again, I'm kind of busy when I'm not. It's weird. It's one of those things, man. We all got busy and we took on other responsibilities than our weird jobs. My weird job is doing comedy, and it's amazing how much I miss just being out on the road telling pee-pee jokes in New City. So.
And then I'm saving up to try to buy a resin printer bundle.
Why?
Because I want to make resin 3D models and sell them.
Okay.
You know how massive the Owl House fandom is and how little merch there actually is for that show.
I believe that.
It's massive. Like Disney has barely any official merch for it.
I believe that.
Everything comes from like indie creators. It's like, it's big.
Okay. I've never watched more than one episode of that.
It is an amazing ride.
I know what it's about. I know everything that's connected to it. I know all the people that and our friend group that watched it, I think I watched one whole episode one time, and oh, that's really entertaining. I like this, and I never watched it again.
Yeah, it's a
Like
fun.
I'll
It's a
catch
fun ride.
bits and pieces of it, like oh that came on, okay, and then I'd walk away. I got to go do something. But yeah, it's one. Is it even on Disney Plus?
Yeah, the entire series is on Disney Plus now.
I should sit down with it one day, but
Yeah, man.
I'm behind. I'm behind on. Uh, I'm behind on One Piece, so it's hard for me to pick up another thing to watch.
Disney yeah, Disney just dropped more episodes of Bluey too.
Now, I've watched all of Bluey.
I've seen all of Bluey.
I'm in season 3 of Bluey. I've put 4-year-old in my house. The reason I don't have anime titty posters hanging up. There's a 4-year-old, and we've watched a lot of Bluey and Doc McStuffin, and Rio is on there. And we were stuck in a week, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, where we watch Rio's 5 times a day.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have to sing Rio, Rio, sing the songs. She has put me through it, bro. She has got me learning new stuff, man. But Bluey,
I believe it.
I gets with Bluey, bro.
Yeah.
Dad, and
Bandit,
Chili, I think is his name. Bandit and
Bandit's
Chili.
the dad. Chili is the mother.
The mom? Yeah, I love them, bro.
Oh yeah.
Love
amazing parenting.
Yeah, I love that show. So I just sit there with her, and I'm just like, I like this show because the dad yells at everybody in traffic, and I find that hilarious. He's so real. I was like,
right?
I didn't even know they lived in Austin. I thought this was an Australian show, but
it is Australia. Oh yeah, I got
that
it.
is how I act when I'm in traffic in Austin. It's very accurate.
Disney just needs to drop those episodes much faster because Australia gets them a lot sooner because they actually make them. And I've seen all the new episodes on TikTok long before Disney dropped them. So yeah.
Oh yeah, no, they're great, man. I love that show, and she loves it. So we got a routine on Disney Plus that we're going through.
Oh no,
we're picking it together. I've watched a lot of Spidey and His Amazing Friends too.
Yeah.
She turned into a superhero girl, and she loves robots. That's what she used to call them. Only one she knew was Bumblebee from the Transformers.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And then I had to buy her a Spider-Gwen action figure, the tall 12-inch ones, Miles Morales action figure, and a transforming Bumblebee that she's actually learned to fold into a car and unfold.
Nice.
She's very much gonna be a weeb. All my grandkids were like superhero fanatics, comic book fanatics, but I was like, you had no choice. I did this to your parents. All your moms were nerds too. Yeah. So your moms were like, I'm not about to watch no nerdy Avengers, and now they've watched the entire MCU, and now they're all Star Wars aficionados, and now their kids are turning into it. So I was like, okay, I pretty much nerded out 3 generations of my family. What have y'all done? Okay. That's my legacy. I create blurs. That's what I do. I create black nerds. You're right. You're welcome, America.
Right. All right. Well, I think that is a good place to stop.
Heck yeah, bro. We did a show for him today.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, man. Two over 2.5 hours. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Good topics. Real good topics.
Yeah, we were in on it, man. I always have a good time hanging out with you, man. And so I'm always love when I get to be a guest on here. And man, this was amazing because I did not know Nightless Kingdom was going to be here, and I would love to meet up at I think it's Anime North Texas came back, right?
Yeah, this is the 3rd time we've talked about it.
It is.
I'm gonna keep. I need
the date set back to me. I need to get them on my calendar because I'm booking, and I need to figure out when that's happening so I don't book that week.
Let me look back over here. Anime Texas. Whoops, too far.
Oh, I just realized one of our friends is a new mom now. So
September 29th through October 1st. Oh,
I can hit on her and call her a MILF at that one. Yay. Yay! I can call her MILF. I just thought about that. She's milfing cookies. Yeah, that's going to be her new nickname.
Nice. All right, yeah. So yeah, Coach, thanks for coming on. Thanks for joining me. It's been a blast.
Thanks for having me.
It was definitely a fun episode. Thank you, Nihilus. Thank you, Big Hentai, for coming on and just enjoying the show. Hopefully, everyone else watching the stream and the VOD enjoys. And I don't know when we'll be doing another episode. Like I said, I've been burnt out and just had other responsibilities over the past few months. So we will do another episode when I feel like it and when there is anything interesting to talk about.
Yeah, you never know what'll happen when next coming about. Exactly. You may do a post show after seeing Japan. I'm just saying.
Yeah, might do that. Also, might be doing like day clips, day vlogs on TikTok at San Japan.
I would totally watch Nightless Kingdom be on an episode.
Yeah,
if she hosted, I would watch that because I know she is a fool, and I love them. So yes, absolutely. Yes. Get them as a host. Get them definitely. As a host.
Nihilus, are you on my Facebook? I can't remember. If you're not, just we'll have to figure something out. If not, I'll get with you via Al or something.
Yeah, I think Instagram. That's where we
probably Instagram. I'll talk to you.
We talk every week on Instagram. That's the homie. So yeah.
I'll talk to you on Instagram. Anyways, yeah. That being said, hopefully you guys had a great time. We will see you guys when we see you. So until next time,
before we go, hey, if you ever have anime recommendations for me from any of your audience, hit me up on Instagram at Coach Silky. The worse the anime, the better. That's
my God.
I'm back on my trash. I'm back on my anime trash heap, and I always need the recommendations. Send me your worst recommendations. It makes touring so much easier.
Yes. All right, guys. We will see you guys when we see you. So until next time, hope you all have a fantastic week. Peace out. Bye.
Bye.